Okay. Eric, did you finish setting up your other goal?
I thought of the other one, but the one for Valor that I thought of it would take too
What
long.
the
It's
fuck is this Minions of Erg?
hmm?
You didn't. I've been changing that every session for like two sessions.
I
What?
haven't noticed.
What? What's that?
It was the party of the floating head for a while.
The minions of Erg. Oh my god, that's amazing. Yes.
You on to that.
Wow.
Pointed it out.
All right, the stream
Well-
started and the recording has started. So don't
Yeah.
say anything you would regret.
Well, the party of the floating head was the better name, I think.
It was better, dude. There was no topping the floating head. It's just we lost our
Unfortunately,
JoJo.
JoJo went AWOL.
How could we lose our JoJo?
So I guess Marky's not going to be joining us today. That's unfortunate.
So will JoJo be joining us?
Isn't
No.
JoJo going to be an NPC now, or he like went off, right?
No, so he separated from the group at the beginning of the session, deciding to go with his senior disciple Mushun down to Yathnius. So if you guys go to Yathnius, maybe he'll be an NPC.
Wait, his character is out. Is like he's not gonna get played anymore?
So no, Fiery Grave said that he wasn't really able to maintain the interest that he wanted to have in it,
Dang.
and didn't want to drag down the party. So
Well,
he's
you know, I don't know why he did his character like JoJo. I mean, that's the problem.
He just wasn't feeling it. It's okay.
Dang. I mean, he was a fun character to be around, though. I like that. Oh well. We'll miss JoJo. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss Dogma when he dies.
Well, we'll see how long that takes.
I won't
So-
miss Erg. Erg will have lived a glorious life.
Yeah. So this is going to be session number 5. Well, it's considered session 5. 3.5 was not counting towards this, but okay. So session 5, we got a large group. This is the largest group we've had in a single session so far. Yay!
Yeah.
We'll see how many people I can kill.
I
Oh,
finally
yeah.
made it to a session.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is figure out what Trayson had been up to during this fight. While the main group was battling in the Quinoran Traders Group building alongside the militia, Trayson had headed out to the dock to find the
Meridians.
The thing
sure,
is the thing.
that was, yeah, the Meridian agent who he had previously spoken to like 2 days before. So as you
Because they were being dragged off.
arrive there and confront the person, how do you start that?
Yeah, and I wrote this shit down that I was going to tell him. I gotta scroll through.
Discord.
Yeah, basically. Because I don't know what the result of the battle is.
Not yet. So you're reporting before you hear anything about the results.
Okay, this
Seems good.
Where the fuck are my things? Well, have I like went through? I've already went. I'm actually at the agent now, or do I need to go through that entire
Yes,
process?
you're out there.
Okay, so I'm already gone through the doorman and all that fun shit.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. All right, so I tell him that there is an excellent opportunity before us. The power struggle of this region, more of this city, is coming to a climax. The FWA is assaulting the KTG base. If the KTG lose, it will weaken them on this continent. And losing a major base of operations on this developing continent, after who knows how many resources they put into it, it could potentially weaken them and allow us to kind of allow for the Empire somewhat to manipulate them in future trade discussions. Not only that, the FWA is most likely going to lose anywhere between 2/3 to maybe 75% of the forces in this assault. There's just no way they're going to really, assuming they survive. That's an opportunity for the Empire to step in.
Is it just me or Soko lagging?
I probably am lagging.
It was fine on my end. What about yours,
Yeah, it
Casey?
sounded good to me. At the very end, I heard a little bit of a.
Because sometimes I lag around this time. It's like a fucking time work, man. I just know I'm going to start lagging soon.
I'll switch the server region to east. Hold on.
Dum.
Maybe lost Wolfpack.
Rest in pepperonis. Okay. Server, are you still getting live from Silva?
Test 1, 2, 3.
Silver.
Bye, Silver.
Oh,
Cacao!
just make sure everybody some time.
Why am I?
You're echoing now. No, you're not. You're good now.
So what did I say? I finished with... fuck. I got distracted.
You were saying that it's a good opportunity for the Empire to step in.
Yeah, to step in, considering the fact that the vast majority of the populace of this region are Meridians. He can most likely use that for our cause, even if the vast majority of these Meridians left the Empire out of cowardice.
So
The
as
reality
you,
is the city needs law and order in order to prevent another KTG group coming in and taking over. That's something the Empire can provide.
so the agent that you're talking to will sort of scratch his chin a little bit. He's like, our mission here is to find opportunities that we can use against Triln in the rest of the engagement with them. The Empire's not interested in immediately moving out onto this continent yet. But I will inform the Colonel of the situation, and if he deems it worthwhile, perhaps we'll expand our efforts into that. And then he pulls out some paper and seems to be writing a letter. Do you continue to stand there?
No, I'm probably gonna take my leave at this point.
Okay. As you're walking out, he will call out one more thing as you're exiting. I'm expecting news from the others within the next 2 days. So try to come back on your next opportunity.
Should I come back with news of the surviving forces and who won the actual fight?
That's up to you.
No, that's my question to him.
Oh, okay.
Don't come by too often. We don't want to draw too much attention to this place.
Right.
So use appropriate discretion.
Understood. All right, so I guess I take my leave.
Okay, so do you head straight to the plaza, or do you make any other stops around town?
I start heading to the plaza to see what the aftermath is, I guess.
Okay, so we will potentially figure this out. Okay, so
Random encounter.
you're swarmed on the street. Oh my god, what happened to Tracy? He just never shows up again.
He's just stabbed like Caesar. Right? A bunch of peasants ran out there.
No, okay, so Dogma.
That's me.
You've just recently arrived in the city. You arrive in the docks just as the sun is creeping over the horizon. It's extremely early morning. You've been at sea for 2 weeks, and you've now pulled into town and you've offloaded from the ship. The only thing that you were told from the vision that convinced you to leave to go to Aynor, you were told that the group of other acolytes under the other angels that were collaborating together were meeting at a tavern in the center of town. So, you probably headed in that direction. Did you do anything else before you arrived there?
No, just went straight for the tavern.
Okay. So as you're walking down the street, there's another person next to you who's also walking down the street in pretty much the exact same direction.
Do 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 do.
And at first, you don't pay much attention to each other. You just kind of recognize that the other person is armed. So maybe because each other is armed, you recognize each other as being worthy of, at least having something in the back of your mind of knowing that they're there so you don't get ambushed. Because you're both fighters.
There's another human being with weapons.
Yeah. So, it's just something in the back of your mind. It's not like you're at the forefront. But you guys are walking through town, and as this goes on, you guys are walking basically side by side in the exact same direction for a mile.
It's fate.
Neither of you taking a turn. So at this point, I don't know, are either of you paranoid to the point where you would be like, what the fuck is this?
He's following you.
Are you talking to me? Am I not
yes,
the other person?
yes,
Sorry,
you're the other person.
I was not paying a lot of attention to what was happening.
Yes, you're the other person. As you're walking back to the middle of town, towards the plaza, walking in the exact same direction as you are, is this other person who you don't have your appearance settled out, Dogma. So how does your guy appear? How do you look? What is his appearance?
Is he wearing sunglasses?
Yeah, just a very large trench coat and sunglasses.
Is he wearing pants?
No, no pants. No.
You can't tell over the trench coat. The thing.
I mean,
No,
you're wearing
I'm
a
kidding.
trench coat that big. Both know what that trench coat's for.
No, I.
Hello,
I'm
little
serious on
children. Would you like
No,
to see something?
Did I not have my looks? I thought I did.
Hey kids, you want to see a rock?
No.
Okay, I'm just an average looking. Oh shit, I didn't. Rip. Okay, he's just an average looking person. Like, no redeeming qualities.
Aside from the crossbow and short sword.
Yeah. Aside from the fact that I look armed, I don't. Like, I'm fairly average build.
I am the epitome of an average human being.
Only the most average.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are walking down the street side by side, almost, not quite, obviously. But are either of you paranoid at the fact that you've been walking for over a mile in the exact same direction as somebody else?
So the fact that this guy's noble born, was a squire and a soldier, that he wouldn't at least look a little charismatic, maybe? I'm just trying to help you out here.
Wearing anything that would identify him with his, like, where he's from? At all?
No, very just generic, just shirt and pants.
And your armor, I'm assuming. I'm assuming you're wearing armor.
Leather armor, yeah. Or light armor, my bad, not leather armor, light
I
armor.
think light is leather in this.
Generally.
Medium.
Anyways, just some light armor, a shirt, and some pants. And some very bland shoes.
Okay.
What are these bland shoes?
So what do you do, Grayson, as you're walking down the street? You see this very bland, generic, average guy who seems to be almost like following you in the exact same direction through the city. Do you do anything, or do you keep going?
I'm just
Roll
for the sake of
initiative.
timeline, this is the day after the fighting's happening. Like, I'm kind of confused on time a little bit.
This is right after you leave the the other Meridian agent.
Right. So I'm trying to think timeline wise. Is the fighting still happening at this point? Can I
Yeah.
hear fighting?
Well, no, you're too far away.
I can't hear fighting.
You cannot hear anything from the center of town that is notable. No.
Okay. Because I figured with all of the fighting that must have happened, it would be rather loud. All right. So I noticed he's very well armed and wearing armor. Poop brown. Wow, Eric.
I'm just saying. I mean, he says brown. I mean, what am I supposed to think it's colored?
So I asked him, "Where are you headed, friend?"
So talking about this random dude that you've been walking beside suddenly turns to you and asks you where you're heading, and calls you a friend. How does Dogma react?
Friend.
He's just gonna look at him and kind of look him up and down and keep walking.
Give him that Ralph Wiggum look.
Hey, he's walking. Fuck you too, then. Well, since he's obviously ignored me, I'm just going to keep walking down my path, but I'm going to be very wary of him. That's all this dude is fucking up.
Okay. So you guys arrive. Silver Slick, you're echoing again. Test. There we go. No, you're still echoing.
Okay.
Hang on.
You're not using the built-in mic to your laptop, are you?
Right now I'm trying to use my goddamn phone because that's the last option I have right now.
Do you not have any earplugs with a built-in mic into it?
Let's say you have USB with Xbox One controller. That should work.
Dude, Silver Slick, I think that your mic sounds better now than it did before. Honestly.
Well, it is my phone, so
Yeah, it's just higher quality.
it's just the echo that I have to worry about here.
Do you have any like earbuds? Can you plug in there?
Yeah, working on finding that right now. Hold on.
I use
Just
the built-in
gonna-
mic on my laptop.
Roll a perception check.
Just have yourself muted for a bit.
We don't want to hear your voice.
Yeah, GTFO.
Or duplicates of our voices.
No, I want to hear my voice. Come on now.
See, you know what would be great is if I could listen on my computer or talk on my computer while listening on my phone. Because I can talk fine on my computer, but it just it cuts all of you guys out every 5 seconds or so. So
Isn't there a way if you plug in your Xbox controller into your PC and then have the mic and actually do that way?
That's what I said.
Let's
maybe.
do that.
Test.
He's muted right
Yeah,
now.
okay. So, Dogma, Trayson, you both arrive at the plaza. Dogma, you recognize a large inn and tavern to your left as you approach. Trayson, you know that the KTG building is on the far side of the plaza.
Well, then I'm just gonna head straight for the tavern.
Okay. You should have control over your token.
I'm going to keep going towards the KTG building. See what's going on with that.
Okay. So,
I missed the door.
Guys just awkwardly walk by one another. Herp-a-derp-burp-burr, herp-a-derp-burp-burr.
I mean, I'm going to take note that he went in the tavern because this guy has been walking this entire time. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
He's going over there. He's the most interesting person I've walked past this entire time.
And he's not very interesting, considering how
He's
bland
not.
he is.
Well, considering he has a weapon. Test, 1, 2, 3. Ah, damn, Silver, almost.
Come on. I'm using
Well,
headphones. How does it still echo?
It's only if we're really loud. If we're talking normally, like right now, I'm not getting echo from you. But if someone starts shouting,
Pew 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 pew.
the one someone speaks up a little louder, we can hear ourselves.
Okay, so as we transition to the other group, as Jason is approaching Jeremy. So,
Another
you
downside
guys are
is I have no
resting.
push to talk on my phone. God damn it.
You can set up push to talk on your phone.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Really? Oh.
Just put your settings. It'll actually be a push to talk button, like a big ass fucking button you can push on your phone.
Okay.
So it's early in
It's
the
very
morning.
convenient.
So you guys, after the fight inside the KGG building, just kind of split up and started resting. And as this goes on, maybe you were just sitting down or something as you hear voices coming from the main entrance as a bunch of people start walking into the building.
Oh God. Well, so much for looting.
And they're sort of just looking around, overlooking the bodies. And as these guys in the middle of the building see this, they kind of they don't really pay too much attention to it. They kind of expected it, and they're mostly just sticking around these guys, kind of holding them hostage at the moment, or captive at least, not exactly hostage. And these guys start spreading out.
Yeah. Feels bad, man. All the loot's gonna be gone. Erg's not gonna get anything else, is he?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Big
poor
On a
Oh,
side note,
really
wasn't
needed
there
help.
another terror agent at some point?
I don't think so.
No, you're the only one so far.
For some reason, I thought I saw another character at it.
We've only had 2 people come from that continent, and one of them has been kidnapped.
Erg's also from there.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Erg was a
Okay,
pit
so
fighter, man.
Trayson, as you're going across the plaza, you just witnessed a group of people going inside the front entrance.
Is there like bodies or anything in the front that like?
There's
is there, like-
2 bodies right on the front stairs, and then you see that as the doors are left open, you do see numerous bodies inside.
Okay.
This whole front area is littered with bodies and blood and strewn weapons.
Sorry, I was fiddling with my settings at the time. What did those group of people that entered look like?
They just looked like average townspeople for the most part. They just kind of spread
Okay,
out
cool.
around the area.
Probably just off looting. You know what they can. So I guess I don't need to do a perception check since you've already told me. Well, actually, I should probably like
What?
sorry, I got distracted for 2 seconds with something else. So I walk over, see all the bodies. I obviously don't see there any of the people I recognize.
No, it's mostly a few of the townspeople who had assisted the militia, and the mercenaries themselves. Every now and then, there's a trained militiaman who is also down on the ground, but not too many of them in this area.
Now the real question is, would Trayson recognize Paul?
Well, that's
No.
No.
No?
No, I mean, you would recognize him as militia, but
Paul's
I
a
guess-
badass, dude.
You might recognize his face. He's seen him, or he's fought with him before, hasn't he?
I
You
know
just
I fought
wouldn't know him
with
by
Damien
name.
for sure. Because I fought with that shield and sword guy. Not shield sword, but a hammer sword guy. A hammer shield. What are fucking words?
That's a good question. What are words?
I would
Sounds
recognize
philosophical.
Damien because since I did fight shoulder to shoulder with that one.
But you wouldn't recognize Paul. Poor Paul.
No.
but you don't even see him at the moment. So.
No,
I'm
So I
just
see-
curious for the future.
is that green one Craig?
No. No. That is a different guy.
Okay, that's just a dude that I don't know. Alright, well, I'm not going to start looting, so I just keep walking forward.
Okay. So as you walk in, you do see this kid on the side who's rummaging through pockets and grabbing coins.
Kill the kid.
Little bastard.
So I say to the kid, who won?
He shrugs and points at the guys standing over here.
I don't know if I didn't know if I could see those guys or not.
Yeah. You can see
Oh,
him.
can? Oh, okay. I guess I'm not going to ask that dumb question then.
I mean, you're like 80 feet away.
Well, I
so-
didn't know, like, this is a desk, huh? Not a, for some reason I thought.
Yes, this is just like a receptionist desk.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was a wall, if I could see over it.
It's just this huge wall.
In that case, I'm going to change my question to, where's Oscar? Because maybe he might know who that is.
The kid just shakes his head and keeps going. He doesn't even speak.
And
Little bastard.
Let him be. Some little kid, I don't give a shit.
Kick him and then leave.
I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt. Thank you.
You don't have to be hurt to kick children in the shin.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm going to just keep
He deserves it, man, little punk.
closer. I see that Paul or that other one, or the true militiaman. I know he's an elite axeman at least. So I know he's like one of the more important ones.
Yeah, so as you get a little bit closer to these side halls, you do see one guy going down the stairs on there, and then and then on the other side, one person goes up, one person goes down.
Oh yeah, do you remember Paul? Do you remember like that huge bodyguard for Craig Bonnick?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Paul killed him, bro. Paul's a badass. If you look at the summary for the session, Paul's a badass, man.
To be fair, it was a very costly group effort.
Oh yeah, but you know.
So I shout to the axeman, because I'm just going to refer to him as the axeman because I don't know his actual name, obviously. And I say to him, where's Oscar?
So he's kind of half sitting on the edge of the table as you approach, and as you mentioned Oscar, he immediately goes into a deep frown and then takes a nice and heavy sigh. He's like, Oscar fell in battle.
You should tell him about the flips.
I've heard about the flips.
Paul didn't witness that. Paul did not witness that.
Oh man. Well, surely people would tell stories and just tell him like.
Well,
whisper,
I think
whisper,
that
whisper,
Alfonso and Laura were the only two who witnessed it.
All the people that could tell that story are unconscious right now, so...
Well,
Aw.
not only that, it takes a little time. It takes more than, a nightfall for stories to spread about an epic battle.
Oh, it hasn't even been a nightfall. It's been like 30 minutes.
We're in the same building here, so...
Right, so, like, not even an hour then.
Whisper, 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 whisper. Oscar was awesome. He died doing a backflip. Whisper, whisper.
Okay, so what do you do after Paul tells you that Oscar bit the dust?
I'm sorry for your loss. You seem like a great man.
He'll nod. Yep, he was.
I apologize for not being at the fighting. I thought I can gather more forces, but could not, and I didn't make it back in time. How many died?
He looks around at all the dead bodies.
To be fair, most of the dead bodies in this room are still KTG, so...
Yes, yeah. So you will notice that he does sort of gaze in the direction of this door, and he'll after you ask him how many died, he's like, too many, way too many.
What happened to Craig?
I killed him.
Just like that, huh? Yeah.
He doesn't mince words, man.
No, evidently not. So I ask him, what
I
happened?
respect that, though.
What still needs to be done?
Well, we need to figure out what to do with these guys. And he points at these people here.
And who
It's
are
just
they?
the receptionist, 2 messenger boys, and 1 guy in fancy clothes who seems like he's something, but hard to tell exactly. He's got fancier clothes than the average townsperson, at least.
He's got fancier clothes than Dogma.
Sounds like he needs to be questioned.
I would definitely let the children go. Their innocence and all
Wait,
this.
those are children?
He said messenger kids, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
So,
the
when he's
2
talking-
they're messenger boys.
Ah.
Killed them all.
No.
So,
No
so-
survivors.
I would
Bury
definitely
them.
let the children go.
No Russians.
Their simple innocence and all this. They didn't have anything to do with anything.
Literally
Just
all they
doing something
witnessed
odd.
was Craig Bonnet getting murdered in front of them.
I mean, literally, the only important one seems to be the green guy. Everybody else is just like civilian, basic as shit.
I
You
would
know.
put the receptionist and fancy pants over here for questioning. But that's
Paul
my
will
recommendation.
Sure, he's like, go ahead.
By the way, Myth, at this point, how long has it been since the fights ended?
This is probably around the time when you were starting to wake up.
So 8 hours? 6,
No,
7?
no. As in waking up from being unconscious right after the fight. This is like
30 minutes.
30 minutes to an hour.
Oh, that's it? Wow. So no long rest. Okay.
Yeah.
Not yet.
No. How much HP and stamina do we have?
Well, that's
You
before
have what you have right now.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Well,
so
so I'm going to ask Paul, what happened to the people I came with before? Shane and Erg and Jojo.
he'll motion towards this wall. And he'll be like, they're
They're in
resting.
the walls!
He'll say they're resting in that room.
All right.
So Erg wasn't unconscious, so he can get 2 short rests, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't unconscious.
Yeah, you can get a short rest or 2 as well. Get some hit points back and stamina.
So, I'm not entirely sure I was unconscious by the time I went to the bed. I think I was asleep. Because I had woke up back in the other room, right?
Yeah, we're just assuming that like right after that, Damien kind of gave you his shoulder, and you guys walked into the room and just slumped
Yeah.
on the bed.
Alright,
Ugh.
well.
All right, I want to go visit with them, make sure they're okay.
What the heck's going on? Why aren't my dice showing? I have 3D dice and they're not showing up.
Oh, yeah, mine either.
Disable and re-enable it, maybe. If that doesn't work, refresh.
Okay, why isn't that working? What the heck? I can't enter in more than 1 digit worth of...
Hey, they were.
So as you walk over to this area, Tracy, the door on your right, you see some people resting in beds right now. On the door on the left, though, you just see bodies.
I can't change Erg's
Of
health or
militiamen.
stamina right now. It's...
You may just need to refresh. That might be what the problem is.
Okay, I'll try it.
Just all the bodies of the militiamen.
There's like 5 bodies
Yeah.
in just like laying on the ground, and just blood and dismembered arms
Just the entryway.
I still can't do it, man.
just in the entryway. And then after that, you do see like looks like an archive area.
Okay, no.
And there's like streaks of blood on the ground that go further in.
All right. Before I go check on that, on the guys, I'll go in there and see just how bad it is in there, just from what I can see. So there's just bodies everywhere.
So
Is
right
the big guy in here?
No, so right here at that, as you turn into the main archive area, is just like a pile almost the bodies. You have to like literally step over, and you're still like struggling to just avoid not tripping up on these bodies.
Right.
This is whatever happened here was bloody.
Jesus. Any bodies I see? Do I recognize any bodies? Like maybe Oscar or Craig or...
No, none of the prominent people, but several militiamen are here, and you don't see any other bodies that were not militiamen.
Yeah, it was all militia and townspeople, right?
That died.
There was only like one townsperson who died there or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe two, but
And
mostly
since I
militia.
don't recognize anyone in there, I turn around and get the fuck out of all the blood. And I go back to check on the others.
Okay. So you walk into the room, and Erg, are you asleep?
Erg's not going to sleep. Erg needs loot. Erg's short rest.
Okay. So as you walk in, you kind of see Erg just
Jump out of bed.
Just
Oh!
rest. Yeah, he was like on the edge of the bed already. It looked like he was about to get up, and you see him shambling past you, and he's just got a pile of stuff on his shoulder.
A literal bag of shit.
A literal pile of chainmail and swords and crossbows.
Well, I'm not too surprised about that. Eric is over here looting.
And he just like kind of like shambles past you, almost limping from the weight of everything on his shoulder.
Yeah, it's the pack meal of the party.
Ugh.
And I'm not going to bother talking to him because Eric is not either A, going to acknowledge me, or B, not really be able to tell me what the fuck happened.
He is not a great conversationalist.
Erg
so I
fight. Erg win. Erg loot.
So I just let Eric go on doing Eric stuff.
You mean Erg run?
Yes. Well,
Yes.
Erg win and Erg still won. He considers it a victory. He doesn't care.
So is Shane or any of them, other than, I'm assuming Damien's up, but is Shane and then this person I don't know also up?
So Laura would definitely be asleep. Shane, I think, is also sleeping. Wolfpack, correct me if I'm wrong. Damien would be awake,
Okay.
and you would recognize him similar to how you recognized Paul, but you wouldn't know his name.
Right.
And he would be like sitting on the edge of the bed or something as you walk in, and as Eric walks out.
Erg would go over here and see these militia bodies, and he would want to loot those.
Would he eat the bodies?
If they had food on them, or if they were made of food. If they were made of bread.
Everything's made of food. If you're brave enough.
If you're brave.
So I say to the militiamen, well, first I ask for the militiaman's name. I know who
Damien.
it is.
And they'll like hesitantly, I guess, reach out his hand to shake yours. Like he's a bit shook up from the fighting, but
Right.
trying to be at least a little bit cordial.
I tell him to rest. I get it.
He'll nod.
What happened to the other people I was with? Jojo, for example. Do you know what happened to him? Like, I'm assuming
About the same time that you separated from the group, he also went his own way.
And then what was the name of Wookie's character?
Shane. Wolfpack?
No,
No.
not.
That was Daytonus.
What of Daytona's?
The guy shrugs. Haven't seen him since the last fight at the warehouse.
So
I love how reliable this group is.
right? Everyone just fucking bounces whenever the fuck they want.
Everybody leaves every other week and like fucking just gets kidnapped and dies and
Comes back. Hey man, it's the medieval times, man. Shit happens,
it's feeling like Game of Thrones up in here.
right?
Up in here. Up in here.
So I see
Or
Damien.
incest.
I heard about Oscar, and I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that I couldn't be here to help. But with Oscar gone, who's going to lead the FWA?
He frowns a bit.
Will you
As he
nominate
goes,
you as leader?
Right?
And then he's like, well, there's probably not an FWA anymore.
Feels bad, man.
That's bad.
To be fair, their only reason for existing was to fight the KTG, so I've literally fulfilled their entire purpose.
And without Oscar here, any potential game plan that they had after the fighting is kind of done. It doesn't sound like Oscar really shared any plans that he may have had after. So I take my leave and I'm going to let these guys rest.
Okay.
And I turn around to see Erg just fucking looting everything.
Yeah.
Loot
Or roll a
time!
3d20.
A what? Roll a what?
3d20.
Ugh.
God damn.
You got 39 coins.
Money, money, money!
And
Money!
As you grab another short sword you grab a broadaxe off the ground
Holy!
and put that onto your shoulder, and you grunt as you stand back up.
Erg! Heavy!
And he collapses under the weight of all the equipment he's carrying and dies.
It's damaged, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're all damaged.
Your face is damaged.
Oh!
Alright. Erg! Heavy! Help!
Here, Erg, let me lighten the load.
Now, when you say load,
Shut up, Al.
Okay, so as you approach him, you notice he's mostly got chainmail, some swords, and one of them stands out at you as a longsword. And you're like, ooh.
Yeah, I want that. Erg.
Shiny.
Erg, do you need help?
Erg. Get rid of items they need. Be sold. Make money.
Well, here, Erg. Let me take some of that off of you.
Money?
I'll help you out.
Money.
You just realized one time. There he goes.
hey, the hell did all the people?
Erg,
Money.
I'll give you something for that longsword.
What?
I give Erg this crossbow
Hell no.
and 25 coins for that longsword there.
No. Erg no need more items. Erg need money.
Little shit.
He can't carry shit right now. He just wants to get rid of the stuff. If you trade him a crossbow, he still can't carry anything.
What if I help you trade in that items? What if I help you carry the items to the store to sell?
You don't just want to buy it?
I'm trying to see if I can be cheap, fucker.
Oh, okay. Well, Erg's not exactly a very trusting person.
I imagine not. Here, Erg. I'll give you 50 coins for that longsword.
Longsword shiny.
Very
Don't help a
shiny.
myth.
Long sword.
So polish your
Big
sword.
Worth much gold.
How about this, Erg? Erg made it clear he's not taking any items, right? I couldn't give him my sword for his sword.
Definitely not.
Hang on 1 second here.
Okay, Wolfpack, use a different voice channel to test this out so that we don't constantly hear dings, please.
Ba-ding, ba-doom,
I was
ba-ding.
wondering how long it takes somebody to say something.
Erg, I give you 75 tokens for that longsword.
He'll do it. Erg here. Erg happy.
Okay. There you go. Put that longsword in my inventory. How heavy damage is this thing, Meth?
Oh, what just happened?
Say again?
How heavy damage is this longsword?
It's got chips and dings in it, and it looks like it's scruffed up a bit. Definitely needs to be
Taking
repolished
a
and a little bit of repair. Yeah. The pommel might be a little bit loose.
Alright. Gotta subtract 75 tokens from here. So I guess I'll join Erg in the looting since there's nothing better to do right now.
Okay, so. Eric, you've lightened your load a little bit.
Oh, okay, now I can pick up one more heavy item. Alright, well, I don't know, is there clearly... Erg's gonna go over here, he's gonna go upstairs.
Ooh. Make an agility save.
Oh, to see if he trips, I guess?
See if you slip on all the blood on the stairs.
Before Erg
Oh,
leaves,
God.
ask Erg. Erg,
Hmm?
where is Big Man who scared you?
Big man dead upstairs.
Thank you for letting me know. I also go upstairs. But
He's
I'm
on
gonna,
the
Follow the course.
I'm gonna let. Well, it says Erg is kind of slow. Can I like run in front of him and not get caught on, right behind him?
Depends on what my roll here is. I might just fall backwards onto you.
That's what I'm saying. Can I run up the stairs before Erg got a chance over there since he's so down? And,
No.
Like,
Do you want to use
over.
one stamina to dash?
Fuck it.
Go for it.
Erg rolled
I'm
fine.
gonna get in front of your ass.
Hmm.
Do I need to make an agility check or am I fine? I'm not
No, you're
way
fine.
down on things. Okay,
Okay,
so I'll be
so-
upstairs.
Erg, as you're going up the stairs, you almost stumble multiple times, and one of the short sword falls off your shoulder and clatters down the stairs.
Wait, he's got a 14, isn't that bad? Okay.
I know.
Well, now you got to go back for it.
Yeah, so you see this short sword clattering down the stairs. Please remove one short sword from your inventory.
I don't know, I think a 14's good, but whatever. You can be as critical as you want, I guess.
Yeah, get wrecked.
I think you should just be happy you didn't fall back down the stairs.
And break your fucking neck.
Well, I mean, I never said I was running up
impale
here. I
yourself
just
on all
said I
the
was
stairs.
going
You're
this
carrying heavy
way.
shit and there's blood all over the place, man. It should be slippery.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's not really blood, like...
There is blood.
No, there's not blood, like, here, because there was... I don't know.
There was fighting there.
Survives getting
I don't know.
getting through all these huge fights and
We're-
fighting these huge boss guys and dies via stairs.
But anyway, alright.
I mean, to be fair, Superman got defeated by horseback riding.
Moving
We
on.
don't talk about that.
But I'm just
I
saying, so the big guy was already looted, so just saying, he's already
That's
been
fine.
looted.
I don't know
And
that.
looted.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, so you guys head upstairs. Is there anyone else on the main floor doing anything?
I check the room I'm in, see if I can find any equipment, bolts.
I snore very faintly.
Let's see.
Since I'm the only one in this room.
Roll a 1d20, because there's a couple... Looks like some people were living in this room, and
Well, that's where what's her name, Laura, was at. So I don't know. Maybe I find something.
I use arrows, not bolts, so
yeah, you find 9 coins hidden under one of the under one of the mattresses.
Alright.
this better not be my mattress coins.
What Wasn't very bright of you to hide him underneath the mattress.
Other than that, room seems pretty bare.
You find a blanket. There's also a mattress here.
I just realized for a barracks, it's not particularly well outfitted. Like, there's no chests or stands to hold armor or weapons or...
Everyone sleeps with their weapon.
Like, yeah, we sleep with our weapons on and full suits of armor.
Yes.
Don't question
You
it.
never know, man. Shit happens. You never know.
Okay.
Anyway.
So,
Wake up with a knife in your throat. Great armor there, buddy.
Upstairs, if you're making it revealed.
yeah, hold on 1 second.
I mean, can Erg take careful steps and treat it as difficult terrain?
It was one short sword, man.
I'm just saying, if I drop one short sword with a 14 roll, I mean, geez.
Yeah, man, if you had made a 13, you would have been screwed. Okay, so you guys make your way up the stairs. You may scroll or go to the upper left from where you see, because I think about you. Yeah, you're on the new map.
Do I see that the big guy's been looted?
So you walk up to
You
him,
can see his sword is gone.
and his sword is gone. His armor is in pieces. It's basically scrap metal right now.
God damn, I can't salvage the heavy armor. Damn it. Alright.
Yeah. And then there's this other dude next to him who was in light armor and also has a weapon missing. And then Oscar is right over here.
I am not going to defile Oscar because I do not want to piss everyone off.
And I think there are still several other militia bodies at the top of the stairs.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. You're standing on bodies right now.
Oh, that's just rude.
Yeah, this was bloody. This was a one hell of a choke point right there.
And then I walk over, I see Craig. Does he have a weapon on him?
No, he
No.
was unarmed. He has fancy clothes that are covered in blood right now.
Alright, so I guess other than Oscar, because I'm not going to fuck with Oscar because I do not. I'm sure people, if I would take his rapier, assuming he still has it, I'm sure people would fucking notice and get really upset about that. So, I guess I'll loot the area except for Oscar.
So you don't find anything on the other two guys near this, but like whatever money they had on them was already taken.
Right.
You go up to Craig though, and roll a 3d20.
Nice.
See how much is in his coin purse.
Wow, Erg, you didn't loot the richest guy?
Erg
You
had
had
already
ran
run away.
downstairs.
Yeah, Erg ran downstairs.
He
This
already
is his
ran
first
away
time
by
coming
that
back.
point. Yeah, this is his first time coming back.
So that's what you get from his coin purse. And then you're in a little bit of a room that looks like it was almost like a study area or like a minor archive type place.
Ooh.
Some couple books and things. You don't see anything super valuable immediately, but
But, for example, is there any trade records in there that might be...
trade records would have been in the main archive.
that got fucked
Downstairs.
up. Got it. All right. What about the militiamen that ran past?
The bodies?
Have those guys been looted already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I
all
don't
of
see
them have
anything
been
else
looted?
of value inside of Craig's study.
You don't notice anything immediately, no?
Okay, so should
How long do you spend here?
Maybe 5-6 minutes. I mean, long enough to search
Okay.
the desk.
Erg, how long do you stay here?
I mean, wait, I didn't realize that all the militia bodies were looted.
Yeah, I looted them, remember?
No, I don't. I didn't remember at all. That's
Well,
the only
Erg
reason
would
Erg came
remember.
up here.
Erg wouldn't know that I knew because he ran away, right?
Well, that's
Oh,
true.
true.
So Erg would just come up here, find everything looted. I mean, I guess he'll I mean, the light armor dude, so he has light armor on him, right?
Yeah,
I mean, Erg can loot that, right?
sure.
Okay.
Give yourself some bloodied leather armor.
So it just says bloodied, it doesn't say damaged?
Oh, it's damaged too, but it's also it's soggy in blood.
It looks so now.
It's been marinating.
Like, it's been marinating for over an hour.
Damaged bloody?
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking Eric doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, well, if that's all he can loot, then I guess that's all he can loot. I mean, Erg will go back down the stairs.
Okay, make another agility save.
Can't he just can't he just do like he can't like do difficult terrain
There's
rules?
not a handrail on these stairs.
Okay, all right, I see how it is.
Do I exist now?
You
If you
just
critically fail.
you just really want Erg to fail.
Crit fail.
I want you to do something else besides stacking up more and more shit over your shoulder.
Well, too bad for you. Erg's a god, okay?
Okay. You make it down, only losing one. No, I'm joking.
Does he pick up his short sword on the way down?
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah.
So as you get, we'll
Welcome back.
figure out what you do when you get to the bottom of the stairs. Okay, so Tracy, you sit there for a few minutes, looking around, rummaging through some stuff. Give me another 2d20.
Okay.
Find a couple more coins and things in a drawer or something.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll admit my money back. Alright, so I don't see nothing of note.
Nothing of note in there. So, Erg, you make it back down the stairs. Tracy, I assume you're eventually following them. You guys
Yeah, I
can...
might should go down. Did he pick up his short sword?
So, Erg, as you come down to the bottom of the stairs, you notice the short sword that had clattered to the ground is picked up by this kid, and this kid is running away.
Oh man, this kid's
Oh. Well, damn.
Correct.
Okay, come on. All right, so he crept over the bodies as. All right, that's a little weird.
He's a kid.
No, I mean he like got over these bodies. What did he do? Like run in here, and then like he heard the sword clattering and ran in here, got it and left. Like, come on, we weren't even upstairs very long. Erg
You
was
were
up
upstairs for 5 minutes.
I mean,
for
if
5
Bert got
minutes.
all
The
that
kid
You were
happens
right.
to come in here.
It was at least
All
a
right.
minute and a half.
That seems a little unbelievable, to be honest. That the kid creeps in here like right as the sword falls down the stairs. I think you should roll to see how likely that is, instead of just like, okay, it happened. Because that's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, Erg can't catch this guy, so Erg's not even gonna fucking try.
I will say it is a little ridiculous, but I also really want to see it happen, so I'm gonna go along with it.
All right, I see how it is. All right,
Yeah, I mean, this is entirely just to spite you.
for playing my
Yeah.
character. All right, that's fine.
No,
That's fine.
No, just to spite you, regardless of whether you're playing your character or not.
Fine. I see how it is.
I thought it would be funny, so it happened.
This is some brotherly love right here.
Spoiler.
It is. It is.
Bert, the character everybody loves to hate.
Well,
Oh,
it's not that
fuck.
big a
There
deal.
was, Matt, there was no
Short
maps or
sword's not
anything.
even
I didn't
worth
see any
very much.
maps upstairs at all.
So were there bodies here?
Not a map there. Yeah, well, not exactly where you're standing. Nobody quite. I don't think anybody died there.
Just a bunch
there's
of blood.
in there. Yeah, over here is where there's bodies.
like right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess Erg will go back to these bodies and loot them again.
Beth, when I was up there, I didn't see any maps at all.
Not there. No.
Okay. So, can I do a perception check and see if I find any maps in here? Because maps be useful, yo.
An
What do you maps,
archive
man?
room wouldn't really have maps. This is mostly trade records and
Yeah.
contracts and receipts and bullshit like that.
So I don't see anything blaring
Yeah.
to me.
Not really, no. So Erg, give me. Let's see.
I'm gonna walk past her.
There's like 2 staffs. There's trying to remember what characters died there. You already got the broadaxe. There's a shield on the ground. Do you want a shield?
Sure, he'll take a shield.
Okay.
What
You
kind
grab the
is
shield.
Is it just a regular shield?
Just a regular shield, yeah.
Oh, so
there's
shield
there's
damaged.
There's no better shields or weaker shields. All shields are shields.
Okay.
At least not that you know of.
You fucking jackass.
No. That's mid to late game. Don't worry about it.
So, all right. So, I mean, I guess that's about all Erg can carry. So Erg's just gonna.
Can always carry more.
Well,
There's just staffs. There's no swords, no anything else left over.
No, any of the other metallic weapons would have been taken. Or got the broadaxe, which was the last one.
I'm not going to waste my time with staffs. Those things are pretty almost worthless. Only 25 coins. No one's going to really buy those off of me. Especially if they're fucked up. Myth, is the upstairs from these steps built?
Yes.
All right, I want to head over there. Or
Okay.
and I also peek into this room. Did anyone die in that little cubby?
So as you peek into that room, it smells a little bit bad.
Oh, that's the bathroom. Got it. Not going over there. Like bad as in bloody or bad as in fecal matter?
The
Yeah.
second.
Okay, so that's the bathroom. Got it. I'm not
Bloody
going over
fecal
there.
matter, yeah.
oh my god. What-
They didn't have
Oh, they smell very different. Decay and shit smell different. I can promise you they do. Don't ask me why I know that.
Why do you know that?
Don't worry about it. So I'm going to go upstairs and see. Is there any bodies as I'm watching over here?
No. No, I died on the stairs.
All right, I guess I'll go upstairs and see if there's anything upstairs worth taking.
Okay. So, Erg.
Erg's just gonna leave, go sell stuff.
Fucking
Okay, then we will come back to that in a bit.
So he just goes over here. Is it alright if I just take him out of the building?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm going to systematic. You can't speak today.
You having a
I'm
stroke?
just really going to go to room to room myth and just take shit worthwhile. Do you really want to go through all that?
So, well, for a little bit at least. But okay, let me just finish something real quick. Okay.
And I don't want to mitigate too hard, but if you don't have an area built, like for example, say on the other stairwells, those upstairs are not built, just let me know so I'm not wasting time. I don't
Okay,
wanna mitigate
so-
too hard, but
You may need to look to the upper left.
yeah, I'm scrolling over there now.
So as you come over to the next floor,
All right, so I'm going to assume that that's also a bathroom, so not going over there. Are these doorways?
yes,
Are they?
they're
Oh, I
closed
see.
right now.
Oh, they're
Actually,
actually
I see
if they're locked.
bottomless
Are
pits.
they-
They're unlocked.
I open.
Okay.
Are there bodies in here or no?
No,
As far as I can tell, did anyone die up here?
no. You have
We
not.
never even saw upstairs.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just loot the room, see if there's any money.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I'll be right back.
I didn't see shit.
Yeah. You rummage around the room and don't find anything.
All right. I'm assuming that the other room's also a barracks.
As you go into this, it appears to be there's some tables, like a resting area, I guess, playroom, whatever. People waste
see.
time.
Did I see anything of value up here? Like maybe someone left a weapon up here, or
You see some playing cards.
all right. I guess I'll take the playing cards.
Okay,
not?
give yourself some playing cards.
Hey, never underestimate the value of entertainment.
Notice
Is it a
that
full deck?
You are missing the 3 of clubs.
Oh my god, dude.
Not
Why?
Unacceptable.
Why
Fucking one card, god damn it, every time.
Check under the rug.
check under the table. Check under
I
the
don't
table.
see. I don't see the other card anywhere. I check it under the table.
Roll a perception check.
This is critical.
This is very important. Otherwise, you've got a stacked deck and you're cheating.
I don't find the fucking.
You can't find it.
It says,
God damn it.
all right, I got a playing card behind the
It's a 51 card deck.
Man, do these rooms go anywhere here? Do those go to different places?
They do, but there's nothing interesting in that direction.
Because you haven't built them?
No, I have them. It's just there's nothing interesting in that direction. It's just little bedroom areas.
All right, I'm going to head over to here.
Okay, so this is the main upstairs room. It's a couple tables, and this middle table had some previous things, although people seems like they've cleared it off. There's a plate or two and candles.
Notice that
everywhere.
there's a conspicuously unarmed person in front of you. Who's grabbing things.
Yeah, he's got like some fancy goblets in his hand. And
There are no witnesses.
I'm not a thug like you, Erg.
Well,
I know Erg would beat the shit out of him taking things he had.
oh yeah.
I'm not Erg.
You know it, man.
So
You
I
should
don't
ask
find-
him if he knows where the Three of Clubs is.
Do it.
That would actually be amazing.
Fuck it. Hey, you find a card? A 3 of clubs lying around?
Once you're a little bit like, what did he just ask me?
Repeat yourself. Louder and more angry.
Did you find a playing card lying around?
He'll point to this table over here.
It's very important. I need this.
And as you look, you see another deck of playing cards on the table.
If I swear to God, if this playing card deck I'm about to pick up does not be a full deck, I'll be really upset. Is it a flip? I'll go pick up the deck.
This
Is it
one,
a full set of
ironically,
cards?
is missing the 3 of clubs.
So I was going to do that, but now that you've already said it, I can't do that anymore.
Why the 3 of clubs? It's a fucking conspiracy, I tell you.
I'm here to rescue you.
You're gonna go into like a room where it's just wallpapered in.
Right? So is it
Yeah.
a full playing deck?
It's missing the 3 of clubs. We'll go with that.
Yes, I'm Japanese.
I think
I-
that somebody in here had like a what's the word for that? They had a real problem with it. The 3 of clubs, so they just stole them, or maybe they just had an infatuation with the 3 of clubs.
This could be one of Silco's new goals. Find a Three of Clubs.
There you go. That's a
Also, I
long-term
guess.
goal.
Okay, so around this time, the kid or the guy starts leaving.
And he took anything of value off that table.
Yes.
All right. I'm assuming
Club
all
over the back
these.
of the head.
I'm not a fucking thug. I'm assuming all these rooms are bedrooms.
All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, that's the stairway down there. I'm assuming that these rooms on the sides are bedrooms.
This one is yeah, and then on the other one,
It's a secret room full of guards we missed.
Oh,
is
sorry.
a larger room that you see somebody rummaging through a chest in front of the bed.
How big is the person?
Halfling.
Okay, now I'm back again.
No, he just seems like a
Average person.
average dude. Almost like that average dude that was following you down the street, but a little bit more average.
Probably more average. Is he armed?
He's got a staff.
Damn, if only I had intimidate. I could have intimidated him out here. Other than the chest, I see anything else of worth of value?
No, not really.
Has he opened the chest and started going through?
Oh yeah, he's rummaging through it right now.
What do I see that he's rummaging through?
A chest. Make a perception. You're like 20 feet away from the chest. Do you step up beside him and look down?
Yeah,
Get
I step
all
up
of
beside
it.
him and look down. So that shitty roll doesn't seem that shitty. It's literally a fucking same roll.
Okay, so It seems like it's mostly clothes. And he's grabbed like a coin purse that he's got in one hand, and he's sort of feeling around the edges of the chest with his other hand.
I'm not gonna be a scumbag and take the coin purse.
Punch him in the dick.
Nah. I'm not gonna start a fight with random civilian. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna go in this room and just do a roll for to see if I can find any
Perception.
coins. Yeah.
Roll a 1. Go
And that
blind.
perception check. Go trash. Even more trash.
There's nothing.
Yep, I figured. What's in this room?
That one's locked.
It's locked.
That one room is locked.
Alright. Which way is the actual door hinge and which one's not? So I actually hit the right side this time.
The left side is the hinged side.
Alright,
You're on the wrong side.
I'm gonna try to kick the door down.
Okay, make a might check.
Fail.
Okay, it seems to stand strong so far. How long do you
Yeah.
spend on this door?
Kick it again.
Well, how long do you spend on it?
Until this door comes down.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to you in a minute then.
Myth, you should have learned from East that people will not be stopped when it
Howard.
comes to doors.
No, that's fine. It's just going to take a while for him, so we're going to come back.
This fucking, well, was the door made from wood or steel?
Oh, it was wood, but it was heavyset wood.
Okay.
Okay, so, Erg, where do you go to sell your stuff?
He was gonna go south because that's the only people he knows.
Okay, so you go south and you're trudging through the streets.
Ugh. Ugh.
I can't wait for you to get fucking mugged.
Ugh.
Okay, so, Dogma, while this is happening, you've arrived in the tavern. You've been here for maybe 5-10 minutes at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that the tavern's effectively empty. Let me reveal it, actually, so you can see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I'd like to see the tavern.
Yeah, it's pretty important. That doesn't look empty to me, man.
Pretty empty from anyone who's notable. There's some average people around who just seem to be minding their own business, but you don't see
Sounds
anybody
like Dogma.
who's like loaded in weapons and armor like you would have expected.
How average are they compared to Dogma?
A little bit more average.
We're talking slightly at more average, guys. Just slightly.
We're talking the only difference is I have weapons and they don't.
So
Yeah, pretty much.
an average amount of more average.
But what about their shoes, guys? Is his shoes more average than his shoes?
Yeah, are they actually poop brown?
So I'm gonna go to the barkeeper and ask him if there have been any travelers staying there.
He'll immediately frown as you say this, like, you are like the 7th person asking about this in the last day and a half. What is up with this group of people that you are trying to find?
This is
It's
sort
all
of a
uncomplicated
meeting
stuff.
ground.
Wait, say that again?
I said this is sort of a meeting ground.
It's like, do I get a commission from this being a meeting ground?
If you can tell me when they'll be back.
He shrugs, he's like, they come and go as they please.
Well, that doesn't help me. I'll just wait. I'll tip you if you point them out to me when they return.
He'll just nod and turn away from you at this point, not really paying you much more attention.
And at that point, Dogma's just gonna go sit in a corner.
Okay.
And buy something less?
We're all gonna leave before Dogma sees us, and Dogma's gonna be wondering what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Okay. So, Erg, you make your way down the street, hobbling, or not quite hobbling, but
It's heavy!
definitely, yeah, it's definitely heavy. This is like 300 pounds worth of equipment over your shoulder.
Oh my god! We have 4 might.
Moves
Yeah,
5 feet
I
every
guess
turn.
so.
Yeah.
Basically, difficult terrain for every move.
Basically.
Make sure he doesn't drop shit as he's going. He's gonna get tired.
Yeah, make a vitality save. Let's see if you collapse from exhaustion.
I'm fine with
So, by
that.
the way, have we checked if there's any like wagons that the KTG owned or?
Vitality,
checked-
you mean check or save? Save.
Save.
Okay.
You think Erg would think to grab a wagon?
He's not that
No,
smart.
no, he wouldn't. Oh, okay.
Okay, so you get about a third of the way there, and you just feel like this thing on your shoulder is just getting heavier and heavier, and you're gonna have to stop and take a break.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Can you take a short rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure you want to take a short rest with all that loot?
What do you
You're
mean?
just camping on the side of the road with this pile of equipment that you've kind of dropped down below you, beside your feet.
As an FYI, you don't actually have to be asleep for a short
Yeah,
rest
it's
or
not
anything.
asleep.
So,
It's just you're
do
like
you not?
sitting down, or I don't
Catching
know.
your breath for 30 minutes.
and
Yeah,
just
basically.
resting.
He's just chilling out, you know?
Yeah. Random encounter.
It can be a nap.
So
Man,
everyone
I'm-
who's resting, Erg, Alfonso, Shane, Laura, go ahead and roll a short rest.
Just a side note, guys, English muffins are fantastic.
Duh.
I'm back. What has become of Erg?
5 and 5. Wow,
You had
man.
to take a rest on the side of the road.
Oh, damn. I was hoping he got mugged.
He might get mugged. I mean, well, I guess it is morning, so everybody's just waking up. I don't know. It's less
Hey,
likely,
man.
but
9 and 9 again.
it could
Oh,
happen
no.
still. Yeah, it could happen for sure.
Alright, 1 sec. I'm just,
Hey, Myth, can I go into this room over here and see if there's anything in there?
Yeah. So this is
Meeting room, right?
looks like a conference or meeting room. Yeah. And this dude has been like rummaging around. He doesn't seem like he's found anything though.
Oh yeah, what if Erg uses second wind? Does that help him in this case, or does it literally just heal him and that's all it does?
It just
wait 2 seconds.
It just what?
just heals.
Okay, all right, cool. It doesn't like I am suddenly able to move.
Doesn't give you greater strength. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up these stairs.
Okay.
I feel like at this point, Erg would need like an 8th wind.
Yeah, really, man. He used it so many times the other night.
Fuck, where am I? Where's the scroll? I gotta find where I can scroll.
Upper left.
There you go. You found it.
There we go.
Okay, so Alfonso, as you come up the stairs, you hear
Alfonso.
a repeated banging sound.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
And ahead of you, you catch a glimpse of Trace and just stepping a couple feet back and then just doing like a
Just gonna
stepping forward and just doing a forward kick into the side of the door, trying to get the door open. Okay, so you just as
leave him to his own thing.
yeah, you sort of glance around and like and then just turn away and ignore him for the rest of it. So you open this door and it's another
son of
bedroom.
a bitch.
And this guy seems to be rummaging around through a counter or something. The
Look at
desk.
that. Is that a chest? What is that right there?
I'm gonna go to the
No,
chest.
that's a fancy little seat.
No.
Oh, I thought it was a chest. That's a fucking elaborate
So
chest.
is this
Oh,
like
Oh, yeah, there's a chair.
I'm gonna look around.
a giant mask or like with a face on it?
It's a giant mask. Ooga booga booga.
Give it, dog.
I'm gonna look around there and see if I find anything before this guy does.
Well, he's already been doing it. Like you walk in as he's rummaging through something. Do you
No.
shove him out of the way?
Yeah, shove him out of the way.
I want to point out I did another mic check, Myth. That I kicked that door down.
Why do you shove him out of the way?
Alright.
Just stab him.
So Alfonso, make a mic check to see how hard you shove him.
How hardly?
How hard?
He flies through the window.
Oh my
Just
god!
going to fly through the window.
So Trayson, as you're kicking out the door, you just hear this bang from to your right as this guy is crying out in pain and agony.
Well, hold up. I kicked that door with a 17. Did I break the door
Yeah.
down or not?
Well, 1 second, okay. So
Fucking hell, I break the door
Alfonso,
down.
you just tilt your shoulder down and you just shove this guy, and he falls onto this table, and you just hear a crack as at least one bone has broken.
Silence
Oh
him.
my God.
Stab him in the throat.
Silence him.
Jesus.
No, please.
Oh,
Poor man.
And he is crying in agony now.
All he wanted to do was some friendly looting.
Stab him in the face.
I'm just gonna put him out of his misery.
Hold up. I'm going to hear all this, obviously.
No.
And I'm going
Jesus
to run.
Christ.
So
Hold up.
hold on. As you're approaching, do you like pull out your crossbow or are you doing it with your sword?
No, I'm just gonna snap his neck.
Oh, you're moving towards him, and he is screaming, "No! No! Have mercy!"
I'm going to run inside, obviously.
So as you get there, you see Alfonso's hands around the neck of this townsfolk.
I draw my sword and scream, "What the fuck are you doing? Leave him alone."
And roll initiative.
So, Tracy, you've never seen Alfonso before, and Alfonso,
Yeah, I know.
you turn to this guy's random door, you've never seen him before. And he's just yelling at you as you're trying to put this guy out
I
of his
can
misery.
obviously tell he's not
He's not militia, you can tell
he's not
that.
militia or KTG. He's just an armed dude.
So as far as you know, it's two townspeople being over a fight or something.
Yeah, one of them has a crossbow and a fucking sword. The other one's on.
The other's about to get his head snapped, so, you know.
I mean, he could have
Like a
limited those,
genius.
you know.
You're wrong. One's armed, one's not. That's what I see before me.
Yes.
So, like I said, I've drawn my sword and it's pointing at him and telling him, "What the fuck are you doing? Get off of him."
What do you do? Oh. He just
Say
says
no.
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 All right.
Okay, roll initiative.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh god.
dun, 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 dun,
Kill each other, kill each other.
Fucking Pokemon battle things on over here. Oh, it's a fucking gym battle, evidently.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay, so Tracy, what do you do?
Hang on, I'm trying to see what's the minimum distance I need for charge. I need 10. I need at least 10 feet.
I don't think there is a minimum.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have at least a 5 foot gap.
So the distance here is it 10
5 foot charge.
foot charge? Okay, 5 foot charge.
Okay, so on your token actions, instead of clicking actions and then doing an attack, there's a separate charge thing now.
Oh, okay. Hashtag
Oh, it
charge.
doesn't work apparently. I thought I had that working, apparently not.
Just
Well,
post it to
evidently
Twitter,
not.
hashtag charge.
Yeah, press F to pay respects.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Well, that's gonna miss anyway. I'm assuming.
Yeah, so Alfonso, he charges at you and just swings his scimitar past your head.
Did he hit the random guy behind me?
It wasn't a crit
He
fail.
critically failed, he would have. That would have been home.
I'm a leg. Why?
I'm just gonna take the crossbow and just shoot him in the knee.
Well, you're at a disadvantage, isn't he?
Yeah, you'll be at disadvantage if you do it
Yeah.
at point blank.
And then I'll just try and get him at my sword while he's after he's missed.
Okay.
Is the last name of this character by chance Capone?
No.
Damn,
No.
that would have been amazing. Alfonso
So-
Capone.
So is it my turn now?
No, you just had your turn.
Oh, you said you drew your swords. I wasn't sure.
So was it just regular attacks? Is that for
Do you
sword?
even have a sword?
I have the rapier.
Oh, okay.
Last
Do you
week.
want to? Okay, hold on. Let me add that to your character then.
But it's damage, so can you even use it?
Yeah, it's usable. It just means that if he critically fails with it, it might break.
Whatever. So I can pay anything for it.
So that's how that works. So I can use this longsword in my hand if I wanted to.
It's damaged.
Yes. Yes, you can.
I just can't critically fail with it. Otherwise, I'm fucked.
Yes.
Okay. Al can't use a rapier. You have to have 4 agility to use a rapier.
Oh, okay.
No. Fuck it, I'll just use my bare hands. Try and get him.
This.
Just like two people just swinging stuff around at you, just missing.
Right?
Okay. Trayson.
So, since he's missed and I have missed, I say to him, why are you trying to kill this man?
He's too loud. I just meant to push him. I just meant to push him.
Which one do you say? That he's too loud or that you meant to just push him?
I only meant to push him.
Then why did you have your hands around his neck? We just meant to push him.
You came in at the wrong time after the events happened. Things escalated quickly.
What I see before me is an armed man trying to murder with his bare hands a non-armed man.
Well, because he's already been broken.
Because you broke him.
He was in my way. I wanted to loot the stuff first.
This sounds like something Erg.
That is totally what Erg would say.
Yeah, this is way more Erg than I expected.
I'm gonna shield bash you.
Man, don't act
Say
like you
something
would
so
be doing the same
stupid.
damn thing. You know you do the same damn thing.
Did I attack anybody? There was an unarmed man with a coin purse. I could have easily beheaded, and I didn't.
He wasn't in your way.
He wasn't about when he took the coin purse first. The man, and is taking the coin purse, but I didn't. So I'm assuming that hits. What's your AC at? 12. That hits you.
So he shoves his shield into your face and knocks you back a little bit. Not enough mechanically, but you stumble a little bit. How do you deal with the fact that you just got hit by a shield?
Flip him the bird.
It's kind of funny because this is the first time I've actually seen Alfonso in a role play instead of just in combat. So it's like, oh yeah, he seemed okay. Oh, this guy's a jerk. Jeez.
Right? So I shout to this man who I have no idea his fucking name. I'll go to say Alfonso. I say to him, "Get the fuck out of here. Leave."
No.
Make sure to give yourself -6 health. Ow.
No.
Do you want your turn,
To
Trayson?
take damage.
I'm gonna sit my turn back.
Well, I'm going in the fucking other room.
And I'm gonna crit the shit out of. No, you can't leave here yet.
You
It's
just told me
still
to fucking leave.
You said no. I'm attacking you still.
You just straight said leave.
You said no.
Yes,
You
you did.
you gave me the bird.
No, that was after you hit me with the shield.
Okay, so fine, I'll hold that attack. What did you say after I said leave?
No, I just said, fine, I'll fucking leave.
Alright, I'm not gonna scimitar attack you then.
Yeah, you hit me with the shield, I gave you the bird. You said fucking leave, I said fine, I'll fucking leave.
Okay. I'm not gonna attack of opportunity.
Then I'm going to fucking this room. I hope that fucking door breaks your foot.
Did I kick that door down or not?
No,
Not
you
yet.
didn't.
I got a 17!
It's a strong door.
The door. The door does attack of opportunity.
Also, I will just like to point out, Silco, the second that you leave that room, Alfonso is going to come back and just finish the job.
Probably. Alright.
So Alfonso, make a perception check to see if there's anything in this room. Trayson, you see this guy on the ground, nursing a broken arm.
I'm gonna help him up on the non-broken side.
Ah, my arm! Why would you grab that?
I'm gonna help him up.
Roll to make sure he grabs the right arm.
I don't need a fucking perception check for that.
And you grab the
can
leg. What?
see, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna get him. Ah, fuck, this is gonna be really hard going down the stairs. But if you fucking make me fall and die trying to do the
Okay,
right
he
thing.
has a broken arm, not a broken leg. He can walk just fine.
All right,
So you help him to his feet.
I'll tell
He
him.
thanks you, and then he runs the fuck out.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do a perception check and see if there's anything worth taking in here.
Roll a perception check.
Wait, you never said if I found anything in here.
Okay. Roll a
He did.
1d20.
Oh, okay.
Alfonso.
Wait, what? Oh,
1d20. 15 coins under a mattress.
I'm not gonna find a damn thing. I am blind as a bat.
You accidentally
Definitely not
covered your own
relying on
eyes
meteor scout.
as you looked?
Evidently. So what did I? If I found anything, Myth, what did I find?
Roll a 1d20. You find a couple coins under some clothes in the drawers.
All right, I'll take it.
Do you go back to the door?
Yeah, I will once I add my money to my current, so I don't forget. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the door. I see this jackass is across the fucking way.
Yeah, you see him rummaging under a mattress.
I'm just gonna fucking ignore this guy. This guy's an asshat. I already gave him a bloody nose anyway.
Hey, I found a 3 of clubs.
Well, in that case. Oh my god. So I seriously have not broken down this door yet?
Nope.
No, the door's broken you down, though.
Evidently. I'm gonna try to kick it again. Fuck, I need a 20?
Or you just gotta weaken it up.
I got a 17, so I kicked it pretty damn hard. I got a crit.
Okay.
Fuck you, door.
It blows open. Boom!
As you
Literally
You
knocked
hear
it off
small
the hinges.
splinter.
you kick open the door, and a room reveals itself before you.
Treasure everywhere. Oh.
Yeah, big fucking chest. Is the chest locked?
Yes.
How thick of a steel is the lock? Like I could have cut it with my sword?
No.
You should try kicking it.
Your sword would break before you did. Before
Can I would a shield bash effectively like, break it? Wait,
No.
it's a wooden shield with steel around it, so bash it with the shield. Fuck, I can't pit lock, can I?
Lockpick, you mean? But no. But yeah,
No.
no, you won't be able to do that.
All right. I'm willing to bet this is Craig's room. Can I search the room for a key? I actually went through his body. Did I find a key?
Oh, yeah.
When I went through his body?
Silco, you want to rely on a perception check for a key? All right.
No. So I want to search the room for
Make a perception check.
fucking bastard. Oh, but did I find anything other than his money when I searched Craig's body? Like a key on him?
No.
Are you saying that because you're trying to, screw me over?
No.
Okay.
The key is not on his person.
It's in his person.
Right.
Some solo shit.
Okay. You look around. You find. Let's see what there.
Key's actually behind his left eyeball.
It's a fake
You find a
eyeball.
vial of ink. Seems like a refined ink as well. It could be valuable.
All right, take it.
And then you see a ledger that is like it's about an inch and a half thick, and it is sealed with a leather strap that was actually seared together, so you'll have to cut it to open it.
Which I do.
Okay. So you open the ledger, and
It
it
explodes.
appears to be records of specific transactions over the last 4 years.
As I'm skimming through this, do I see anything of note?
So you see a word pops out to you 3 separate times. The first time, 3 years back. The second time, a year and a half back. And then the third time, just 4 months ago.
And that
And this word that pops out to you is Tiansha. at several points over the last few years, there is mention of the Krinoran Traders Group requesting the mercenary services of Tiansha.
How do you spell that?
Tiansha.
This is a mercenary group?
You recognize this group as a very staunch anti-Meridian group. They are a collection of elite fighters and, in some ways, terrorists who have in the past actively worked against the interests of the Empire.
And the KTG are working with these fools. Excellent.
There are multiple records in your hand.
Ho ho! It's evidence.
Okay. I definitely pocket this right away.
Okay. So that's what you find in here, aside from the locked chest.
I shall.
I find no key at all.
Not in this room.
And there's realistically no way for me to break that key open. I mean, that lock open.
Not with what you have on you, no. If you had like a sledgehammer or a crowbar, then maybe.
I can't use, for example, I have some spikes. What if I try to jam the spike in it and then...
What are you gonna?
hit it with
Do you have a hammer to drive the spikes in with?
Do I see anything heavy around me?
Well, there's the chest. That's pretty heavy.
Oh, I can't hammer it with the chest. Do I?
Can you just lift up
Did
that
I?
chest?
While I was rummaging around, can I do a mind check to see if maybe I saw something heavy?
Well, there's the other chest in the room to your south.
I want to go grab that chest because I'm assuming this dude is left, right?
Yeah, he's
I
out of
take
here.
that chest, I bring it over here. I put one of my 10 spikes into the fucking lock, and I slam the spike in the with the chest.
Okay.
What type of check do I need to do?
A mic check.
Fuck.
Okay, so as you slam down, this chest that's in your hands that you're using to slam just splits in half.
Fuck.
Okay, I'm back.
Feels bad, man.
Did I damage the spike?
No, the spike's fine, and the lock seems unharmed.
I have a shovel. Can I use the shovel?
You can try.
Let's see, what else do I have on me? Do I have anything else worthwhile?
You have a
Crossbow
long
wouldn't
sword.
work. I'm not going to use my long sword. I'm not damaging that. What about the butt of the crossbow? That I have on me?
I
I'd imagine it's made out of iron.
No, that's wood, actually. Wood.
That's not going to work.
Okay, Alfonso, you, I guess, wander into that other room, make another perception check.
Did I notice that Dane was unconscious? Or Shane?
Yes.
He is unconscious now. I was going to ask him for his hammer.
Could have take.
Okay, so you don't find
Steal the
anything in that room, Alfonso. It seems to be empty.
Where are these here? Are these just windows or are these other doors?
These are doors. Okay, so as you open up, you feel some wind. It appears that went onto the balcony from where you were being shot at previously by an archer.
And then we didn't kill him up here. He left.
Yeah, he ran back downstairs and then got killed.
Oh, what about the hunks of metal from that dude's armor, Myth? Would that work?
Those are thin. These are metal plates.
Hey, man, I'm trying to be creative here.
You want to be included?
Well, that's what I'm going to go do, Dane. Shane. I'm going to go borrow your hammer. I'm going to take my spike out so that no one sees what I'm trying to do. I'm going to throw the wooden chest that is now damaged over in the corner over there because it's useless to me. I'm going to go downstairs to see if I can borrow that hammer.
Okay, so, I guess Alfonso's leaving too. I was going to say that you see him leaving, but never see.
Whatever, I don't give a shit about this asshole.
Okay, so, back over to Erg, who finally makes it to the blacksmith.
Many things, much sell.
Fix later.
Okay, so the blacksmith's in the upper left.
Oh, okay. Let me drag myself up there then.
Unquote work for the blacksmith.
Yeah, I'm pulsing the things that way you can see it better.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So you walk in here with a shit ton of stuff on your shoulder. Do you just throw it onto the ground as soon as you get inside? Or what do you do?
That sounds like something Erg would do.
I mean, well, I guess that would be at the door, so he wouldn't even... Well, I guess he would see the pile of stuff. Erg have much sell. Please buy.
The guy's gonna frown a bit as you come in with this pile of stuff that's like still dripping blood. What the fuck just
Oh my
happened?
god.
Great battle. Erg win. Want sell. Loot.
My ass. You ran.
Or ran, yeah.
You liar.
Erg win great battle, all on his own. No other help.
So he's gonna come over here and start rummaging through this
Is there a
stuff.
way to roll like bluff on that?
I don't think the guy is really listening.
He also
Yeah.
probably doesn't care.
No, I mean, that was really just for you guys.
Voices in head.
Erg think great thoughts. Great victory. All Erg's fault. No other help.
All Erg's fault.
Erg victorious. Everybody else.
Okay, are you
failure.
selling the broadaxe as well and the shield?
Let's see. So the broadaxe could. So Erg can't use two broadaxes, correct? Wait, yeah, he can. He could use a broadaxe and a battle axe.
With Mighty Grass, he definitely can.
Nah. He'll sell the broadaxe so that he could get like a mace or a flail.
Okay, so he's rummaging through all this damaged and bloody equipment. And after a bit, he's like, he tosses the leather armor out the door. Completely not interested in that. Same with the 4 crossbows. Like, he doesn't seem like he's buying those.
Why would he toss them out the door? Erg's right here.
Okay,
That's
well,
very
you just
mean.
dumped it all on the ground, and I assume you stepped back a few feet or something.
I mean, that's mean to poor Erg. Like, why would he just toss it out the door? Toss
It's
it
an
to Erg.
asshole who just threw a bunch of bloody shit on his ground.
Well, he
on his
just
fucking
carried a
clean
shit ton of
floor.
stuff. What does this guy
Well-
gotta expect from that? This guy's carrying like fucking 4 chainmail suits.
Well,
Short
you would
swords.
assume
What's
that
he
this
gonna
asshole wouldn't throw bloody stuff on his ground.
expect?
Yeah, he doesn't want the blood from the leather armor that's literally soaked in blood to seep into his floor, man. He tries to do business in here, man. He doesn't deal with that shit.
Blood sounds like a magical item.
I just think that Erg's gonna walk out and all of these crossbows are gonna be stolen by little kids who just happen to be wandering by. Because this is my experience so far.
Okay, so he collects the 4 suits of chainmail, the 3 short swords, and the broadaxe, and then he pulls out a couple plates. These are one step up from coins. A single plate is worth 100. He's going to hand you 4 plates.
Mmm.
Erg too rich.
Mmm.
Erg really rich.
Bugged later, my friend.
So has Erg even seen these plates before?
No. Erg would have no idea how valuable they are.
Well, they look shiny.
Okay, is this enough to really convince Erg?
That's up to you.
I mean, I don't think Erg would be convinced by plates. Just from...
Erg would probably say, Erg want no plate, Erg
So-
want coin.
The coins, for example, are a little bit bigger than a dime, just for size comparisons.
Are these like
These
plates
plates-
of gold? What are
No. Well, none of this is actual gold. This is a mixture of electrum, actually, but
Okay.
which is a mixture of gold and silver combined.
I don't know that. I mean, would Erg have seen this when he was in the pit fighting tournaments in Triln? I don't know. I
You
mean,
would see other people dealing with them. Whether Erg would have ever received any is up to you, but you would know
I'm
of their
just saying,
existence
like-
and that they are valid money.
okay, they are valid money. So he would know their value. I'm assuming. I mean,
You would know they are a lot more valuable than coins.
okay.
Whether
all
you
right.
know that they are exactly 100 coins, that is up to you.
He probably would, because Erg is very
Okay.
interested in currency and money. So he probably would know their value.
You're getting 400 fucking coins, dude. For all that shit you just
Happy.
Erg wants more. I mean, Erg gave him, or Erg would want a 4 chainmail for, or 4. Well, actually, wait, it was 4 chainmail. He wouldn't want to
3
give
short
up.
swords.
He wouldn't want to give up the broadaxe for that. That's the big thing.
Would those all be damaged, by the way?
Yeah, they're all
Yes.
damaged.
Yeah, I can make money at the blacksmith.
You sure
A
can.
blacksmith. Wolfpack.
So do you take
whenever I
the
wake up.
broadaxe back, or what do you do?
More coin.
The guy's like, giving you like, looks down at the bloody stuff. He's like, judging from what I heard happen earlier,
Erg with
and the fact
FWA.
that
You like
bloody,
us.
I don't know if there's much of a market for these things, so I'm not going to be able to really give you much more than this.
Fine. Erg takes it. So what does Erg do? Just add 400
Yeah,
gold?
just at
or-
400.
Okay.
Take
We don't need to
away-
micromanage.
Just
Yeah.
to make it easy. Would this guy
Okay, and then-
how would this guy have heard what happened?
Okay, well, remember the FWA was sending out people to gather anyone who could fight.
Yeah.
So he knew that there was going to be a big battle happening. And this is like an hour and a half. No, yeah, a little bit over an hour and a half since the fighting ended. So we're going to start to spread.
It seems like everybody's been looting. I don't know if they'd be done by now. That's a little
Well,
weird.
several people have already left. Yeah, like for example, the kid that got your short sword.
I mean, I guess, but would he immediately run to a blacksmith and be like,
I
"Bro,
don't know.
battle's over"?
Maybe he just wants to keep the short sword to have a short sword.
All right.
Maybe he doesn't even know. Maybe this guy hasn't heard that the fight is over, and you were the first person to show up with this pile of bloody stuff, and so he just assumes it's over.
Maybe. That's fair. All right, Erg's gonna leave and hopefully grab his crossbows and leather armor.
Roll a.
Oh, fuck my life.
No, can you get it? Just remove the chainmail, broadaxe, and short swords from your inventory.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you sold the product?
Oh yeah, he sold the broadaxe. He wants a. Oh, actually, wait. This guy's. So this guy would be the guy. He would have a mace or a flail, right?
Probably.
Yeah, he's just gonna. You have. Well, I guess is it too late? Can I just go back on the trade and be like, hey, can I get like 50 coins and one of these plates and a mace instead?
He turns to his table. He's like, don't appear to have any maces in stock at this point, but if you need one made, I can make one for you. Just come back in about a week.
Wrecked.
Cool. So, a week. Oh, fuck my life. Damn, it takes a while.
We don't know what we're going to be doing in a week.
Yeah.
Idea would be gone by now.
Yeah, I guess Erg will probably just take the plates then. Erg no be here a week from now. Bye.
The guy doesn't say anything. He maybe just tries to haul all of this crap off the ground and has to do it in two or three trips.
Oh my god. So the shield, so the only things left over were the crossbows and the leather armor. The shield is not
Yes.
left over. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay, so Alfonso, did you come to the blacksmith intentionally?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you
Get rid of
looking
this
for?
rapier and this bastard sword.
Okay, so as you enter in, well, yeah, you probably began there about the same time as Eric because he had to take a break.
I just kind of watched all that unfold.
Yeah, so you walk in and tell him that you're selling a rapier and a bastard sword. He'll take a look at it. The bastard sword's a bit beat up. The rapier's not in too bad of a condition. After he looks over it for a bit, let's see. He'll pull out 2.5 plates and offer them to you.
That's what, 250 coin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll take it.
Okay.
Can I also, while I'm here, buy 5 bolts?
Yeah. Well, that would be there's a Fletcher shop if you want to go there.
Nah, okay.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, would
Alright.
Eric not have found any bolts with these crossbows? Or, I mean, that's actually a good point. You just found crossbows and no bolts?
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
grabbing the big things.
Oh, that's
for the
true. That's true. Good point.
most- Okay, so if you're gonna go buy bolts, just go ahead and subtract 10 coins and that give yourself 5 bolts.
Now you should probably just loot the bodies for bolts.
I already did.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Gotcha.
Okay, let's see. So let's go back to.
Eric's just going to the Fletcher shop, by the way.
Okay. Are you just going to sell your crossbows?
Yeah. Crossbows and well, where do you sell leather armor? Actually, I don't know. Like at an item shop, I guess. I guess.
I don't think
Yeah.
anyone's going to buy that.
Aw, feels bad.
Well, if you you could look for a tanner or something, but
Ah, Tanner.
leather workers. Right? We'll see if Erg finds that place. Cool.
Yeah, he'll get lost.
Okay, so you find the. Would you recognize the shop with the diagonal D?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his third time by, after getting it the second time, he might remember.
Okay.
Money is pretty important to Erg, so he remembers
should do a mind
places where
check.
he can make
I'm not
money.
sure he would remember it. I'm pretty tired. He might be, his mind might be clouded from fatigue. He might need to do a mind check.
How many crossbows? 4? So you'll go to the Fletcher and he'll offer you 100 coins for all 4.
He'll take it. Erg will take that for sure.
Okay. So you head out. We'll come back to Trayson.
I checked to see if Shane's awake. Is he awake yet?
Shane, are you awake?
I'd like to be.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
feel like that's not something that we should have been the deciders of, but
That's why I asked Myth first if I was awake or not.
Decide if you wake up. Whoa, huh.
Well, gosh, I'd sure like to be awake.
I mean, if you're awake right now, it means your long rest so you can level up is going to be a little bit slower, but that's up to you guys.
You told me to take a short rest, so I'll have to take a long rest later. Probably wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't have had time to take it. Yeah, I'm awake.
Okay.
And Eric's just
What you-
returning.
I just
to
wake
the
up and see
place.
Trace in my face, like, what you need.
All right, so he's awake.
Yeah.
So what does he do when he wakes up? I have entered the room at this point.
I wake up and feel like crap because I almost died.
All right, so I guess I'll just initiate this. So I turn the corner, see Shane is, I'm assuming, at the edge of the bed, seeing is where he's standing. I say, good, you're awake.
Yeah. Oh, my head. What happened?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
I can fill in the details up to almost dying, but I don't know what happened between then and waking up now.
Tell me what happened after I left, when I went to go see if I can find more people. You guys gathered up and you attacked. Tell me the details of the attack. What happened?
A ton of people. We split up. Berg and the guy from the rear. came from the front. His group finished their fight first and came to help us. And then we all went upstairs by the bodyguard and this other guy. Happened to Oscar, he disappeared from my last I saw him. But I went down in a stairway.
Oscar's
Fun.
dead.
Completely detailed
That's
and
not
only
not
mildly
great.
Well,
That is,
it kind of makes sense. He's probably like really concussed right now. I mean, he's pretty fucked up.
yeah, I did go unconscious after getting like one shot.
He's just drunk.
Does he have any injuries, man?
I didn't have any injuries.
When you went down? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have any injuries then, so I assume I wouldn't have any now. I'm just low health at the moment. But
I was making sure.
Lost a lot of health from cuts and stuff.
well, I did. I got one shot. To be fair, I was full health and then got one shot. So
Oof. Fuck, he got fucked up.
defensive stance. I think I got crit. Out of game.
It was a big guy, right?
Oh, it was the guy next to him who had 2 attacks. I think he hit me.
That wizard fuck.
The elite.
He didn't use magic. He used blades. He might have been a rogue.
All right.
That's
this
unfortunate to hear about Oscar.
Really
But
random, Shane. But do you have your hammer on you?
you mean my blacksmith hammer?
Yes.
The time. Why do you need it?
There's a potential chance to make money. Lend me your hammer.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
and
How about I come with you and I use the hammer?
You
go
don't
from
seem
there.
like much of a situation to use the hammer, but I'll help you get up there. How about that?
It's fine. It's a very important hammer to me.
I understand. But let me help you get up there.
It's my
Can you
special
walk?
hammer.
I should be able to walk. I mean, I'm not like.
Okay. Follow me. We'll go upstairs and I'll show you what I want to do.
It's a very special hammer.
So
Sentimental
we're
value.
both going to go upstairs.
My father's hammer. He lent it to me. Okay, it's important.
Okay, that's nice. Anyway,
I didn't say that out loud.
I understand that.
Where are we? Where are we?
I'm not sure.
There we are. There we are.
All right. This is what I want to do, Shane.
Here we go.
Just come into this room. This is what I want to do. I'm going to take this here spike I got. I'm going to put it in the lock of the hammer. I'm going to put it in the lock. Excuse me. I want to use your hammer to smash the spike through. Then you and I can then divide up the money or whatever we find inside of this chest. Does that sound fair to you?
Okay. One thing. Usually I would offer to do this, but as I'm tired and almost died, I will let you do this once. Hammer. Bad things will happen, so don't mess up. And then I'll hand him the hammer.
All right. So, Myth, what type of roll do I need to make in order to... I put the spike back inside the lock, and I'm ready to smash it.
Another
roll
might
do I
check.
make? Another might check. Okay. Hopefully I don't critically fail or this hammer's going to get fucking destroyed.
Hammer explodes in
Have
your
a-
hands.
Okay,
I
you're
rolled a
good.
20. There
okay.
you go.
Well, never
All
mind.
right, you're lucky. You're good.
All right. So do I break the lock?
So you position this spike inside the opening of the lock. You grab the hammer in your other hand and you pull back. And you give it a good wallop, and the spike splits the lock in half.
Cool. So we open her up. I hand the hammer back to Shane. See? I told you I wasn't going to break your hammer.
The hammer breaks.
I take it back. It's like, well struck. You could have been a blacksmith.
Spontaneously explodes.
All right, Myth. What is inside the chest?
So as you open the chest, you hear a click sound. No, I'm joking.
Oh god, it's a bomb! Trapdoors!
Run out.
No, I'm joking. It's not trapped. But
It's a mimic.
this one isn't, at least. We'll see what happens when you guys actually do one. Okay. So you open the chest. Inside, it's pretty much filled with a handful of colorful and bright gems,
Ooh.
several pieces of jewelry, and a handful of other ledgers as well, similar to the one that you previously had. There's also a jewel-encrusted dagger.
Ooh.
It seems very fancy. And a handful of letters that are sort of tied together with a string. So it's like a bundle of letters.
Okay.
Hmm.
Anything
I
else?
think that's about it.
Okay. So I turn to Shane. See, aren't you glad you listened to me?
So, are we gonna split this equally, or do you want to do a? And then we'll leave 20 for the FWA guys, so they can.
Fuck them.
They probably need to. No, okay.
There's gonna be
50-50
between, there's gonna be between you and I. Now then, you want any of the paperwork? I'll take this paperwork.
You take the paperwork.
All right,
Yeah, that's
so I'll
fine.
take the paperwork. Thank you. So
No problem.
let's go about dividing up the jewels. Is it like? I mean, can we just arbitrarily divide up the jewels?
So there are 5 gemstones.
Just gemstones, not type of gemstones, or just
There
gemstones.
Well, I don't think Trayson can differentiate them. But there's
mean,
2 of them that are red.
I'm
One of them
mobile.
that's
I
blue, and
might
two
have an
are green.
idea of gemstones.
Okay,
I'm
make a
fucking
mind
mobile.
check. Make a mind check.
And I'm educated. Remember?
Well, technically, I'm also educated, but I wouldn't. I don't know if I would know the differences between.
Okay, so you notice 2 rubies, 1 sapphire, and 2 emeralds.
Okay. Are we using? Because the thing is, I don't know as far as values for those. Are we using real world value, or are we just saying? Because are you saying that? Because some of those gemstones are going to be worth more than other gemstones.
Um,
Would my maker know that? Like,
So-
this gemstone-
I don't think we would know the price.
I mean, I might.
Well, that's more of an appraising.
Again,
That's more of
I'm
an
mobile.
appraising. But if you had a jeweler's background, I'd be like, all right, sure, but
There's really
you
no
know.
jeweler's background available.
well, you can have a jeweler's.
so from what you know, there's no set price for any of these gemstones.
Mm-hmm.
They vary wildly based on what's being traded on hand. They're usually used for bartering and usually aren't exchanged with gold.
Okay, so, but generally speaking, because again, so they all just range wildly. There's no
Yeah.
set, like for example, a ruby might not be worth more than a sapphire on average.
Not necessarily.
All right, so
It totally depends on demand at the time.
What was the number again?
2 rubies, 1
emerald and 1
sapphire,
sapphire.
Yeah.
yeah, and 2 emeralds.
All right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna split the 2 rubies and 2 emeralds evenly. You know, we both get 1.
We each get one.
Sapphire, we both get 1.
Okay.
Shane, you said then there was so there was the jewels, the
Yes.
gemstones, jewelry, and then
Yes.
the gem encrusted knife.
Yes.
That's
So-
it, and all the paperwork.
Yeah, so there's the 2 rubies, 1 sapphire, 2 emeralds. There's 2 rings. One is a sapphire, one is an emerald ring. Then there is the ruby necklace, a gem-encrusted dagger that has, and you'll note that on the gem encrusted onto the hilt, there is a unique symbol that you don't recognize.
I would
Okay.
want the dagger, and then I would let you take everything else.
You let me have all the other jewels. You just want the dagger.
I'd let you take all the jewelry. And then we
And
would
you
split
want
up
the
the gems. Yeah, and then you'd also take all the paperwork and all that stuff. If you wanted to do that.
And then this is what we're gonna do then.
And then you can also take the sapphire. So I'll take
Okay,
emerald
that's fine.
and the dagger, and you can take everything else.
All right, so we're both gonna get go to my inventory really quick so that I can write this down. So, 1 ruby.
Ruby, sapphire, emerald. A sapphire and emerald rings. Ruby necklace. 3 additional ledgers. And a bundle of letters.
Okay.
I've
And
got
then-
ruby, emerald, and jewel encrusted dagger.
Yeah. A gem encrusted dagger jewel. And then include in your description, Dane, that it has a unrecognized symbol on the jewel in the pommel.
I will probably be investigating later, so that'll be fun.
There's a ruby necklace and an emerald ring.
An emerald
Sapphire.
ring and a sapphire ring. There's 2
Both of
rings.
them.
Okay. So that is
And how many ledgers?
what was that?
How many ledgers?
3 ledgers in addition to the one you got earlier, so you have 4 in total.
Okay.
And
I'll
then
put them
there's
separate.
a bundle of letters.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Did I break my spike, by the way, or do I get to keep the spike?
Let's remove that spike.
Pretty fair.
It
As long as
is
it's fine.
sufficiently dulled on the edge that it is not practical to use it anymore.
I got good use out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you did. Okay. So, time passes, and Laura, you can go ahead and complete a long
shit.
rest.
Holy shit, am I awake? Oh, wow.
Who, me?
No, just Laura.
Oh, dang it.
Although, if you are you going to go straight to bed after looting?
And I'm gonna go take care of trading stuff in as well, man.
What do you mean trading stuff in?
Like, for example, turning in the crossbow I got, go to the blacksmith and have them start repairing the longsword, that type of stuff.
Okay. Does anyone else do anything?
No, but unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to go in a bit. I had
Okay.
two stuff 'cause I got to open up at work in the morning.
And then I'm
Sounds
also going to
good.
try to haggle with
Can
them
I-
with one of these for a heavy set of armor.
Blacksmith or no?
Say that again?
Can I go to the blacksmith?
If you want, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's got some things for me to work on so I can make some more gold.
You want to rest first and get some of your health back?
I wanted to rest, but Mitt said I couldn't, so.
I never said you couldn't. It's just you can't
Well, I
be
wanted-
awake and to sleep at the same time.
No,
Hard to
that
take a
is,
long
too.
rest, but. Wait, what time is it right now?
It's still morning.
Yeah, let me take a long rest. You crazy?
Okay. Then you take a long rest as Trayson is off at the...
We'll go to the Fletcher. Trade that
Fletcher.
in for 25.
Okay. Yeah. Well, as you offer him the crossbow, he's going to frown. He's like, I think I have enough of these. You might want to try somebody else.
Of course, fucking nerd asshole.
Lol.
What a fucking scum. And there's no other Fletcher in. I asked him, is there another Fletcher in town?
He'll shrug. He's like, not in this area, at least. I don't know for certain. There's probably one up north. You could try
Okay.
there.
I'll try again at some point then. So then I go to the blacksmith.
Okay.
And let me drag my character over there. Okay. So I'm going to greet him first.
Okay. You'll see him hammering at some little chain links and repairing some chainmail.
Is that a heavy suit right there, man? Behind me?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
So I'm going to ask him first. If I were to ask you to repair this longsword I have here, one, how long do you think it would take, and two, how much would you charge me?
So you hand it over to him, and he starts looking at it, looking down the length of it, checking how much damage there is. He takes a couple minutes to double check it, looking around, securing the handle on it a little bit, and then turns back to look at you, and he's like, "It'll probably take about 2 days. I'll charge you 200 coins for it."
How about we do something else instead? How about would you be willing to trade it for, in addition with currency, for a longsword that's currently ready to go, that's fully repaired, ready to go?
Say that one more time.
Would you be willing to trade the longsword and, and with addition with money for a new longsword that is currently, fine, ready to go? How much
He'll consider that a little bit. He's like, well, I'd be willing to do that, but it'll still be 200 coins.
All right. I turn around and look at that nice shiny suit of armor. Do you have any interest in fine gems?
He'll raise an eyebrow. What are we talking here?
Well, I have a ruby and potentially some other gems. Also some jewelry. What would you be willing to give up in exchange for some jewelry?
He'll frown a bit as he looks at it in your hands. He's like, I'm going to need those appraised before I deal with them, man.
All right. Do you know anyone? Do you know a jeweler within town?
Well, there was one with the Quinoran Traders Group.
Well, that ain't happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
Is there no other jeweler in, say, the northern section of town?
Not that I know of. This town isn't big on the gem trade. The Quinoran Traders Group pretty much dealt in all of that.
Of course. Damn, I don't have 200 coins to get this repaired. All right. I'm going to take this longsword for now. So thank you for your time. I don't have 200 coins, man. What can I do?
got you.
Fucking
Oh, yeah.
You got all so much stuff, but it's just not quite liquid goods.
Exactly.
Okay, so I guess you head back or something?
I mean, I'll head up to the northern part of town to see if there's a Fletcher, because I can sell this crossbow. Got nothing better really to do right now.
I mean, you could have offered him something with, like, you have close enough, to be fair.
He's not a general goods store. He's not going to want any of the general goods I have.
I'm
He's
just
not going to
saying.
fucking take chalk or something.
Like,
I can't give him the
Chalk?
armor on my back.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
I could
just,
offer the scimitar.
I mean, I'm just saying, you have like 187. That's actually very close. So,
Yeah. So before I leave Myth, can I, for example, offer him my scimitar, the damaged sword, and how much would you be willing to buy? I mean, then how much would you be willing to bring the price down? As the scimitar is in pristine condition. Well, not pristine, but it's not damaged.
He looks at the scimitar a little bit and he was like, If you give 150 coins, then it'll be a deal.
Done.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to figure out this longsword and get rid of my scimitar.
Okay.
Lit. 150?
Yeah.
I'll take it. Alright, I mean, at this point, if I were to go, I'm really not sure where I could go take a long rest. I've been up all goddamn night.
Tired.
Yeah. If I head back to the KTG base, well, I'll head back to the KTG base. I want to ask the FWA who are there, would you be against me taking a rest here along with my companions?
He'll say, find a room. There's plenty of them.
Okay, so I want to head over here in the same room that the other ones are in and take a long rest with them.
Okay. So, Dogma.
Me.
You've been chilling out in this inn for a few hours at this point.
Really, if he was anywhere because of how much running around we've been doing,
I'll be right
if he
back.
was anywhere but that tavern, he would have ran into us by now.
Well,
It
then at
feels
this
so bad.
point, I'm going to use gather information.
Okay. So,
God,
Go ahead and use
doing
this
that
skill.
while you've been doing nothing. Oh my
Right.
God, critically fails.
Hmm. I
okay.
guess I'm
So,
just gonna continue the roll.
God, dude, use your blessing. Use divine guidance.
Oh yeah, how often can we use that thing?
That's a day.
you can use it once per day.
Yeah,
and your
I'll use
character
that.
hasn't used it, so. Okay. So, you are looking around town asking questions, and you're just not getting any information at all. And then you just feel this wave come over you as it turns you towards a direction. And at this point, you are in the middle of the plaza asking around. And it turns you to face the giant building on the other side of the plaza.
This building right here, I'm highlighting.
All right, well then I guess I'm gonna head towards the building.
Okay. So as you are getting near, there's 2 dead bodies and a good bit of blood on the front steps. The front doors are wide open, and you just see bodies and blood.
He's just gonna keep walking up, but he's going to kind of look longingly at the dead bodies.
Nice. Okay, so as you walk inside, you see a few
Alright.
people around.
Dead people.
Lots of dead people, few people still alive. For now, at least.
All right, well since this guy's the nearest guy, I'm going to go up to him and ask who's in charge here.
That's up to you, Myth. Has Erg actually made it this far? I just moved him here.
Let's say that you just get back inside as this guy is basically walking in behind you.
So am I like right here? I don't know. I mean, it's up to you.
You can be wherever you want.
Oh, okay. Sure. Erg would have been going into this room.
All right, well then I'm going to catch him and ask who's in charge.
Erg in charge.
You know, I'm not sure I believe you.
And Erg just turns around and goes into this room.
Okay. So, let's see.
Erg
So this
in
room-
charge.
Appears to be the office that Craig Bonnick used. And it has already been looted bare by the people who were in here earlier.
Gotcha. Then Erg's just gonna go over here. Look in this room in front of him. He's gonna try to loot it.
Make a perception check.
Okie dokie. Welp. Oh, someone's gone.
Ow.
Goodbye.
I don't remember who it was, but somebody said they had to leave. Oh,
Goes
that was
out.
good fun.
Yeah.
You
that's
roll 1d10,
okay.
and you'll find that many coins.
Got it.
Okay, so Dogma, you just walked into the building,
Okay.
and this dude basically ignores you and just strides into this other room.
Well, then I'm gonna go up to the next person in this room.
Erg in charge.
And
Paul, who hasn't moved for hours at this point.
I'm gonna ask him the same thing. Who's in charge here?
He gives you a weird look. He's like, nobody.
Dogma
Somebody.
continues to be confused.
There seems to be quite a bit of
What
dead
the
bodies
fuck
here.
happened?
Somebody has to be in charge.
If you mean who used to be in charge here, I killed him.
Well, does that mean you're in charge?
He has eaten the body, therefore he's in charge.
He takes his head. He's like, I have no desire to be here any longer.
Then who do you report to?
He's also dead.
Just stop. Everybody is dead. Okay, everybody is dead.
All right. Why is the people in charge dead?
They died.
Oh my god, Dogma, you can't just ask people why they're dead.
Okay, what caused
No.
the fighting here?
The better question.
When you ask that question, he just raises an eyebrow. He's like, are you new here?
I've been here less than 24 hours.
He'll give a very slow nod to understand what you just said. He's like, disagreement.
We disagreed. We killed everyone.
He wanted to live. I disagreed. So he's dead now.
Well, I'm looking for a group of travelers.
He's going to point towards the room south of you.
I'm sure Paul's just thinking, God damn it, not another one.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, are these doors open or no?
They're open.
Okay.
And you're
So
going to see a pile of dead bodies in this room. Just blood
well,
everywhere.
then I guess I'm going the other way. So I'm just gonna walk in here and kind of just look at everybody.
Okay. So at this point, Laura, you'll be waking up.
Sorry, what?
You're finally awake.
Yay.
Woo!
So I'm just waking up right now.
Yeah.
Right.
You have completed your long rest.
So I'll immediately just kind of like sit up on the bed, kind of like look over towards Damien. He's awake too at this point, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna start like going over what the hell happened and in more detail than what happened earlier when we were like both almost passed out in the archives.
Yeah. So,
Just trying to figure out what's going on.
and as you're doing this, some random dude walks in who you've never seen before.
Ooga booga.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him.
Dogma, do you say anything when you come in? You see two people talking right in front of you?
At first, I'm just gonna glance all around the room to see who all is here.
So Shane is asleep.
This dude you
Trayson, did you go to sleep?
Yeah, I'm taking a long rest. It's
Yeah,
been-
okay, the other two people are asleep.
I've been awake since the raid at the warehouse. I'm tired.
So there seems to be 2 people awake and 2 people asleep.
It was only like 12 hours ago.
Dude, we did a big battle at the warehouse. I'm tired, man.
Oh no, I just
It,
wanted to let you
it
know
was a
that was.
busy 12 hours.
Oh yeah, it was a very busy 12 hours.
And I ran across town to get to my handler.
That was a bad decision.
Okay, so Dogma, you come into this room, there's 2 people talking, 2 people asleep. Do you say anything or do you just sit there as they continue talking?
I'm gonna ask them what happened here.
How does Laura respond to that?
No, hey, I'm asshole. No, hey, go fuck yourself. What the fuck happened here? That's the only thing you say.
The
Well,
smell of blood is still very much present in this area.
Yes. I guess I'll kind of look towards him, look back at Damien for a second, and kind of go, well, it's a long story. Sit down. Hope you have a little while to listen. And I'll kind of like scooch over a little and make room on the bed here and start explaining everything that's been going on, basically. And Damien will help fill in parts that I wasn't there for.
Yeah.
Story time, story time.
This thing's like, what, an hour? With all the shit that went down?
Yeah, you'll probably be talking for an hour or so.
Roll a 1d20 to see if it's 30 minutes or an hour and a half.
Someone is typing a fucking storm.
Alright.
Story time.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just gonna take a couple steps then.
Oh no. What was that?
Very
What
fast
was
story.
I
Okay, Alfonso, are you taking a long rest too? Oh, he's gone.
He's gone, remember? Just I think it's safe to assume we take a long rest.
Why was Erg moved? Erg doesn't want to move.
I thought you were going to sleep.
No, Erg just wanted to explore this room.
Oh,
Erg
okay.
wants to keep looting, man. Screw that. Erg has priorities.
Okay.
Is there even
Where
anywhere
are you
left
going
to
next?
loot?
He's going up here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the food stores.
Oh yeah.
Very hungry.
Well,
Yeah.
Ergel before that, he will loot this room.
Roll a perception check.
Perception.
We're gonna have to make a better
Dang.
system for looting
Oh.
big giant places.
Yeah, you can already tell how annoyed Myth is that he made this such a big building.
Next time you may just want to do like research the entire building and just do like certain roles with that. Because we literally spent
That's probably
2/3 of
fair.
the session literally looting.
Okay, so you don't really find anything there.
Selling
Feels
loot.
bad.
Moving on. Shane, you're finally going to wake up. Congratulations, you level up. You're level 2 now.
Whoa, what do I need to do?
So you get 1 stat point.
Yeah.
Please put in fucking agility, goddammit. Please.
My base becomes 2. Is that about right?
Yeah. And you get 10 ability points that you can use to upgrade stuff.
My speed 25.
Yeah, Trayson, you also level up, and you can set your stamina to max as well.
Da, 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 da.
Where did the points go?
What points? Ability points.
Thanks.
Those go into skills.
Wait, how long is a long rest?
8 hours.
Do I need to look up skills or?
Yes.
If
You
my
will need
spirit
to
Oh,
down
well
to
done.
3 or to keep it at 28.
keep it at 28.
Handbook?
Thank you.
Wait, it surely wouldn't take Erg 8 hours to loot 2 rooms.
It didn't. No.
Skills,
This
Okay.
is also
Alright,
you
alright.
heading out and then
He's being very
coming
thorough.
back and stuff like that. And then after you're done loading, do you go to sleep?
Wait, Trayson got back after I did.
Yeah,
because I sold
Okay.
my stuff first.
How about this instead? Shh.
I'm just saying, like, Erg shouldn't be
Do
taking
you-
this
do you
long to
think-
loot.
Okay,
There's only like 2 rooms left.
you're done looting. Okay, you're done.
Okay, all right.
You've already
he's done.
looted everything.
Okay, fine. Or we'll go to bed then.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay, so you'll also complete a long rest. Congratulations, you're level 2. You get 1 stat point and 10 ability points. So decide what you're doing with your level up. You can also get rid of 1 skill and get a refund for it.
Which I am doing myth. I'm getting rid of bluff.
Okay, then you'll have 11.
Which skills am I able to get again?
It's going to be dependent on your stats.
In terms of tiers, I mean.
For agility and mind, only tier 1. For might and vitality, tier 1 and tier 2.
Charge.
You can get charged.
Sounds like a good thing. So there's
So
2.
also be aware that there's a maximum number of skills you can have in each category. So with charge, that gives you 6 out of 6 for your might skills, by the way.
Skills then.
Does insight take stamina to do?
Yes.
And persuasion takes stamina to do as well. Okay,
Unless they're listed as passives.
got it.
Insight is passive, so it doesn't take.
It does not take stamina? All right,
Does
I'm going
not.
to get insight then for that.
Dash.
Okay, if anybody needs any assistance with anything, say so.
So Erg is gonna get Mighty Grasp and Might.
Does the bludgeon effect on my shield already come on to once I hit Ties of Iron Myth, or do I need to alter anything on my thing?
I will need to update your character on Roll20, yes.
But like, what about my actual spreadsheet?
Just put Tides of Iron in.
Involved?
No.
No.
It won't be automatic. Let's. D6 plus 1. Okay.
Thank you.
If I get enhanced conditioning to replace basic conditioning, that is me using the skill points.
It takes 2 skill, or using enhanced to replace basic. Yeah, it takes 2 ability points.
Okay with that? One, two, three, four, 5.
So you'll have used 7 at that point.
Huh.
Oh yeah, I guess Erg should also roll for his what's it called? The basic conditioning.
Yeah, if you're not, well, decide whether you upgrade it first.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now before I do anything.
Decide whether I upgrade basic conditioning?
By leveling up. You can
Oh.
upgrade it to enhanced or something.
Oh no, he already did Mighty Grasp, remember?
You have 10 ability points that you can spend total.
Oh. Wait,
Mighty Grasp only costs 3.
okay. So
You have another 7 that you can spend.
holy crap.
And if you want to, one of your old skills that you don't think is useful anymore, you can get a refund for.
Okay, so I can replace basic conditioning with enhanced conditioning then.
Yes,
Okay then. I
for
guess that's
2
what
ability points.
I guess that's what he'll do. All right.
do myth for question. So, for example, I'm upgrading perseverance to resilience. Did I just remove perseverance from my vitality skills and put resilience in its place?
Yes,
Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure I didn't have to have both of them in there.
you're good.
Thank you. I'm at 7, right? No, I'm at 8 right now, right? Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, 10.
Ooh, so Urk can get brutality?
I think so.
Ooh.
So is my total hit point 36 now? My
Yes.
stamina is 17. All right, awesome.
And that's going to
Wanted to
replace
check.
savagery, so he's going to get brutality. Right?
Does it replace?
I thought it replaced
No,
savagery.
brutality does not replace that.
Oh, okay. What?
Brutality is a separate skill.
Oh, I thought it... Oh. Oh, so, okay.
Yeah,
think
you're
you
thinking of an older version of stuff.
Yeah, I think you changed that. Okay, got
Yes.
it. My bad. Well, he's gonna get brutality anyway, I guess. So that's 3 points. So he's got 2 left, right?
Yes, that is. You've spent 8 so far.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Anyone else with any questions about things?
Just trying to make sure I have how many points I have. I'm trying to remember if I spent 9 or 8 points right now.
You spent 8.
Okay. About 2 points left.
Yes, my question. Can I get RP experience?
Yes. I don't
Really,
think you've earned any yet, though. But
yet for goals yet, right? That's all we get usually at the end of the session, right?
So, Myth, quick question for sure-footed. So, say I critically fail an attack and it'll put me off. Oh no, this is for saves. Never mind. As if someone tries to put me off balance.
yes.
Okay.
So it doesn't affect your crit saves, the crit fails. It just affects when other effects would set you off balance.
Okay. Some really good agility skills I want to get. I'm trying to determine how I want to do this. Sleight of hand's a really good skill to have. So is foot training, and so is sure-footed. Disengage is also a really good skill.
It is pretty good. Or do you have your stuff all set up?
He's got 2 more points, so I'm trying to figure out what he's gonna pick. I guess he'll use invigoration. I think that's good for him. Oh wait, he actually can't. Wait, he's already got invigoration. What am I talking about? Never mind.
I know what I'm gonna do for level 3 if I make it that long. Want to give me that rapid attack?
All right. At some point soon, I'm gonna have to go. Can we just assume that at some point Laura ends up talking to somebody relevant about the whole divine quest thing as well?
Yeah. Oh wow, you're
Sure, we're all
experience away from leveling up.
sure we're all gonna sit down, talk about all that divine stuff.
Yeah, go.
WA and the
Yeah.
KTG.
I only say because I'm gonna pass out soon IRL, so.
And off air.
Okay. Yeah. You'll.
Because no offense,
Ne-
but this is taking literally forever.
It really is.
Next session, we'll just assume that your character's caught up. That stuff.
We'll just have to find a
Alright,
better
cool.
system for looting
You
because
want-
this giant building. Yeah, that was the biggest problem is that we took way too long looting.
Yes. So that's the guy who was kicking at a door for a half hour.
I didn't spend me half hour. I took like 2-3 minutes kicking it, and it was worth it. I got all those rubies, yo.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Yes,
Yeah.
to be fair, half of the session was like 3 of you just looting. Well, like 2 of your compatriots are.
Hey, there's nothing I can do for y'all. You're arresting.
Okay.
Some
So
of us.
yeah, Laura, you'll talk with. I assume you and Dog might end up getting acquainted. You realize each other also got acquainted by angels.
Yeah, and then as the other guys are waking up, they probably are like, ah, hey.
Yeah. So you end up understanding
going?
about going after the Widdens, figuring out what happened with the plague, and you agree to help out. So you will end up completing that goal that you had to figure out what the fuck was going on.
One XP.
Yeah, so that will give you.
So myth. Oh wait, no. Do your thing first.
Okay, I was going to say that quest gives you, or goal gives you 3 experience. Very low value goal.
That's okay. It was only meant to be a short term one.
Okay, your help the FWA members to heal and establish a new base.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, really
like,
does.
just gonna abandon that one.
They technically have a base. It's just not established yet.
Okay, well, regardless, all this is done. You guys are leveling up because you guys are now level 2, your angels can send you another vision. Does anybody take that opportunity?
We have to make up what the vision is, or you're going to tell us the vision.
So, I talked about this last level, or the last session but you weren't there. So in visions, you're able to tell your acolyte things that the acolyte would not normally be able to know, such as things that the other acolytes have seen, things that the other angels could know about, things you could notice by observing other mortals either in the continent or elsewhere in the world. Anyone who matches your prime tenet you can observe using your angel. So when you do a vision, you can ask me a few questions of things that you would want your angel to be able to have found out. And I will answer these questions and explain what you would know. So you can use this to gain additional information about specific things.
Does it have to be the moment we level up, or can we get the vision later on?
No, you can do it at any point. I'm just saying that you have unlocked this opportunity.
I want to hang on to it then, because this was a very
The one.
passive round.
Let me just. Could one ask questions like, "How is doing?" Or like, "Are we on the right track?" Or "Where should we go next?" Or like, maybe not "Where should we go next," but like, "Which direction the quest we're on should we go?" Type questions. Would those be acceptable
Like, for
questions?
example, where the hell should we go next to try to find a within, seeing as we have done literally no progress at all to do that?
You
Well, we met up.
that, yeah.
Would I waste my 3 questions on those? Well, probably, to be fair.
Where's the Widden?
I might use my vision now just to
Okay. I mean, that can definitely be done.
well,
It will give some.
question 1 would be like, where should we head next, or like, is it possible to like put a dot on a map, follow the road in this direction, or like how would?
Okay, well, hold on one second. So,
Nope, excuse me.
as As after you level up, you were taking a long rest. Would your angel immediately take the opportunity, and you have this vision as a dream, or would you wait until your character is woken back up? What do you think would be more in line with what your angel would do?
Well, since the prime tenet is reactionary, as soon as possible. So probably while I'm sleeping.
Okay, so after you fall asleep, the next thing you notice, you are seemingly floating without a body, almost like in this cloudy area. There's like large marble pillars that just extend up into infinity. There's no ceiling or anything, just this vast landscape of clouds. And before you is the
Visage?
well, I wasn't going to say it like that, but whatever. I was going to say the glorious visage of Tamriel, your angel. You've seen your angel before in the previous vision. And
I would know about this angel's existence
yes,
because of their involvement in the backstory. So
yeah. So Tamriel would be looking down at you, sort of. Maybe Tamriel is like appearing as a massive 1,000-meter tall giant just standing in front of you or something. I don't know. It's up to you. You can embellish this as much as you want. This is
probably be like giant level, but not like takes up the entire sky.
yeah. And you feel truly insignificant in comparison. It gives you an obvious impression that what you are looking at is power incarnate, is the epitome of whatever you want to eventually have a chance of getting a true glimpse at.
I feel like the correct response is to bow. I don't know why, but I feel like I feel like Dan would bow. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as you bow, what do you think would be the first thing Tamriel would say?
Well, she would refer to my character as Dane. You know, it's his true name. That'd be a pretty good way to.
Okay.
Dane! The rest of the 60 seconds pass.
You're doing well, or you're on the right path.
Okay.
If you need a push in the right direction, you can ask.
Well, no. So you don't ask your angel these questions. This is just your angel giving you information. In fact, you aren't even able to ask your angel things in this situation. Because you're appearing without a body, you have no mouth to speak with.
Okay.
The angel is just speaking to you in a one-sided manner in these visions. So your angel already knows the things that you want to tell the angel. So you ask me the questions, and then I say what your angel would know. So, what's your first question?
Which direction should we go next on our quest, on our defined quest?
Specifically in search of any winds, or?
Yeah, in regards to our main quest.
Okay. So you will know of two possibilities. North of Aynor, there's a medium-sized town called Aynor. And there's been rumors among the people about a collection of ruins inside the jungle west of the city. And people who have claimed to have caught glimpses of it and returned say that there's been strange movement within the ruins as if it's been inhabited. And nobody's seen directly whether it's winds or not, but it's conspicuous at the very least. Then there is, in the opposite direction, from Yathnius, if you take the river to the east, there's the small town of Ebenweir, which has had numerous groups who are setting out further inland, trying to lay claim and establish settlements on the interior. And several of them have seemingly either gone missing or been found dead by injuries obviously made from weapons like daggers and swords and clubs. So it's not animals that kill these people.
Yeah.
So it's very likely that it was Widdens that dealt with that. So you would know that there's a good chance of the Widdens appearing in either location, either Adenor to the north or Ebenweir to the southeast.
I'll probably relay that information whenever I wake up.
Side note, Myth Wizards are playing right now.
Oh, okay. So, what? Do you have another question?
I would just like to know how my family is doing, in particular my brother Shane and my father, if possible,
Okay. So,
just to keep tabs.
yeah, after Dane disappeared, or kind of withdrew, I guess.
Said he was going on an adventure, but didn't tell anyone where.
Yeah, just kind of up and went away. They definitely got a bit concerned. They sent out, or especially your father and mother were trying to get news of at least where you were so they would know. And they did find out that you had boarded a ship using your brother's name. And that you were set out to Aynor. They are... I'd say that you would be able to find out that Shane, realizing that you used his name to board the ship, decided to try to follow you. He is currently on a ship headed to Aynor right now.
Be interesting. And then Dane's just like, oh, hell. I've been found out.
Whoop,
That was,
jig's
To
up.
be fair, you chose a pretty obvious name, it being your brother's.
Well, you haven't seen my family tree. You'll understand if you haven't already figured it out.
They're not the brightest bunch.
Actually, we are educated. We just all sound
Shit.
all of our names just sound the same. It's fine. Anyway,
Okay. Any other questions? Or anything specifically about that you want to go into?
nothing specifically about that. Could I ask about the dagger I just got?
Yes, you could.
Well, in that case,
So, Tamriel would tell you that it is called the Dagger of the Morrow.
cool.
Let me go to your character sheet so I can... Dagger of the Morrow.
Morrow!
So, this is considered a Tier 4 ancillary weapon.
Oh shit.
It has a base damage of 3d4.
Cool.
And it has some other effects that I will send you after the session.
Magic!
Yeah. Deal.
But, yeah, so...
Would that, out of character, that dagger, would that count as a... where is it?
A
Would that-
great treasure?
Great treasure?
Yes, it would.
Awesome. We'll do that at the end of the session. Yeah,
Let's go ahead and do it now before we
Oh, well, in that
forget.
case. All right.
Let me...
Treasure. How much experience? Gotta think of a new goal.
Experience!
Now I gotta think of a new goal again. God damn it.
9.
That's not how you spell morrow.
That is, it's specifically spelled like that. It's
Oh.
a proper noun, not as in the morning.
Oh, okay. Well, it
Adventure
feels
time.
bad,
Princess
man.
Bubblegum
I
Ride.
agree.
Shoots later.
I agree with back though. Actually, completing goals is the worst.
But no, completing goals is fine. Thinking of new ones is really annoying, which is why I always talk to men.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Okay,
Yeah,
Dane,
thank you.
you are going to get 14 experience for that goal.
Erg, so far I've just been loot this, bully that, extort
I'm at
this.
50. I'm at 52 of 60. I'm almost level 3. Jeez.
That was a very good goal.
What goal did you just finish? I just came back.
Is recover a great treasure, and then in parentheses, its value to be determined. So if Myth thinks it's a treasure that is great, you get experience. But who's to say when it was going to happen?
What did you get?
Luckily, I got the dagger.
Oh, there you go.
I made
You're
a good.
welcome.
You gave me 14 experience points. I'm now 52 of 60. I'm almost level 3.
Congrats. All right. So your vision told us where to go next, basically.
It told me 2 places.
That
So I'll probably.
the Withens may be at.
Yes.
When I wake up, I will probably tell you in the form of Myth telling you.
Alright, you guys have fun. Tell me what ends up happening.
Will do.
See ya.
My brother's on his way, so that's exciting.
Have
That'll be
fun.
fun.
Yeah. Okay, so the vision ends, and you come to. As you take another glance at that dagger in your hand, you realize that it is more than what it initially seemed.
Don't.
And then you
self-attack.
turn to the others around you. What was that?
Did the angel tell him what the symbol meant?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know yet, but Myth will tell me later.
So,
Character would know.
Okay.
I assume that everybody groups up at some point and you talk and explain. And everybody hears that there's 2 potential sources of where we can find the Widdens. There's the town of Adenor to the north along the coast. Or if you go south to Yathnius and then take the river to Ebenweir, there's been suspected sightings of Widdens down there and people mysteriously dying. So
Okay. So either go to Aynor or where?
I didn't
I
realize
just-
the
either
Adenor
up
was here
to
already.
Adenor
Adenor,
south
so, small town.
to Yathnius and take the river to Ebenweir. What was that, Casey?
I didn't realize Theodard was here already. I'm just kidding.
I was like, what the fuck?
Okay. So Shane explained he feels that we can potentially find a Withens at one of those 2 locations.
Yes.
And so up north were the ruins,
Yes.
and south was what?
Taking the river east to Adenor, to Ebenweir, sorry. There's been people who were groups of people setting out into the interior trying to establish settlements or just explore the region, look for anything valuable. And several other people have come upon camps that look like they were made by these people and dead bodies that were obviously injured by weapons and that were not animal made. So it's obviously not animals that killed these people, it was people.
People
And
are
there's
for
no
people.
other known groups that would have been able to do that, would have done this. So everybody assumes it's the Widdens.
And we just know that there was that they were killed by people. No other information on that. We can't get any information on
Nobody witnessed the fights. They just found
the bodies.
corpses with sword slices and things like that.
Okay.
And there's never any survivors.
Not yet. Maybe you guys can be the first.
Personally, I'd like to stay in
Or
town
the-
at least
or not.
at most 1 more day, because I got things to sell. Because I've been out all day. I'd like a chance. And also, we can make sure the FWA is decent enough spot when we leave, and we can get supplies for the trip as well.
Mhm.
Like staying 1 more day wouldn't hurt, and then we can all decide on a direction, and then tomorrow we can vote.
Yeah.
Whichever way I think would work best.
Vote, 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 vote.
So we should definitely do this then. I'm just going to make the assumption that Silver's character is just going to go completely and utterly along with whatever we say. Fair assumption?
Same with
Ow.
Helen and yeah.
Oh, this is awkward. Last time I saw Al, I hit him in the face with a shield. He gave him a bloody nose. That's awkward as fuck.
You saved innocent though.
I did.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
that would've been
probably
a
going to
great goal
go
to have
against
if that was
whatever you
all.
say.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think he'd go against whatever Silco says, regardless.
Probably. He probably
Would that
just hates
go
you.
towards one of my things, Myth, since I was preemptive and I was trying to establish order of not killing people for no apparent reason whatsoever.
I don't think that quite qualifies as establishing order or anything.
All right, I tried.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
I tried.
It was an
So
honest
this is what we
effort.
should do. We should, spend at least one more day gathering resources. What time of the day is it now, Myth? Is it now in the afternoon?
Yes.
Or is it the next day?
I'd
Okay.
say it's late afternoon.
So it's late afternoon. So what we should do is spend the rest of the day. Well, how 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or like 7, 8 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, so we still have some time left in the day. Spend the rest of the day, gather whatever resources we could potentially need for travel. Since either way, we're going a decent amount of distance up or down. Spend the rest of the day doing that. We'll take a long rest here. Well, maybe not here, maybe not in this exact area since there's so much blood not pretty close to it. Maybe we can go into one of the upstairs rooms and rest. Rest for the night. And in addition to gathering information, in addition to gathering resources try to find any and all information of the 2 places we're going. Now, there's a nice bloody archive to the right of us that may have information about those 2 areas. Because there's a good chance that the KTG were trading to the north and south. So we should probably also try to go through that. Maybe we can get some type of information.
As he mentions in archive, I'm just going to kind of slip towards the door a little.
Goddamn fucking agents. Anyway, so how does that sound? Once we get some type of information, something that tells us which direction to fucking go, we go off of that. Because we literally at this point flipping a fucking coin on whether to go south or north. Either A, check out some ruins that could potentially have something there, or B, go south with potential murderers. Either way, it's dangerous. So we need to get information before we go.
Yeah. Okay. So who does what?
First things first, Smith, I'm going to read these ledgers and notes I got. Maybe it could be some sort of information in what I have. Since they're in a chest, they're trying to be stored for secrecy.
So these ledgers appear to have been previous ones before the newest one, which is the first one that you got, which was on the desk.
Okay.
The older ones have very similar to the first one, various notes about transactions, and basically it tells you some of the history of Craig Bonnick and how he had moved up through the ranks of the KTG and eventually been assigned to establish a branch here in Mynor. The newest entries, in fact, this would be in the first ledger that you got, would have talked about how they were trying to stabilize the city after the issues caused by the Free Workers Alliance, and how after multiple attacks and lots of casualties that they had decided to actually begin evacuating the city, and that most of the workers had already fled, along with a lot of the goods and valuables had been shipped up to the next town of Balin.
Ho ho!
Well, you keep in mind, Eric doesn't know that. I know that.
Mm.
And I don't know if I want to share that since there's a good chance that, well, actually, I don't know. Craig might, well, one, there's not a lot of survivors after every battle. So them really giving our descriptions to them, well, not my description, none of the people I fought lived and ran away. But it's possible that Craig may have given descriptions. Kind of doubt it. Did he say anything in the ledgers about that, giving descriptions of people who have fought against him?
That would not be in the ledger, no.
Okay, so it's a risk we're running that he may have told. He may have given descriptions to other KTG bases to watch out for these people as they're not friends of the KTG. But I interrupted. Please continue, man.
I mean, that was most of it. The older stuff would have been some of his earlier things, because the oldest ledger goes back about 15 years.
So pretty irrelevant.
And by that stuff, it's relevant. It would mostly be talking about when Craig was up north in Aynor at the headquarters.
There was nothing mentioning Tiasha. Is that how you pronounce that?
Tiancha. That the only one that included any mention of that was the newest one, which had 3 mentions.
So, any type of if I look, I'm going to look deeper into that actually, rather than just skimming. I'm actually going to read. Is there any type of details about where they came from? How he got in contact with them?
Let's see. So the one from 4 months ago would have been
BRB.
okay. So it would have been within Mythonor. It would definitely have said that a bodyguard, a Tiantia agent, was hired to be a bodyguard for Craig Bonnick.
So I located one of them, and he was eliminated, not by my hand.
Not by your hand, yeah.
But I did help push events to that point, so I indirectly eliminated him.
If you had been involved in the session, I would have given it to you, but
You're
sucks
such
for you.
Fucking
Sucks for you.
jackass.
Sucks for you.
Alright.
You were the one who decided to not be in town.
Hey, man. You not going to want to go to Maui?
Hey, man, it's either that or you get to eliminate a traitor to the Empire. Okay, you have to choose. You can't have it both ways.
Well, that sounds dumb. Maybe I want to. Alright. So, I know that the big man was now an agent of this mercenary group.
Yes. Now, the older mentions would have been before they came to Mythonor. So the one from a year and a half ago, that would have been in the town of Invalor, which is up north of where the ruins would have been. This is closer to Aynor. And then the oldest one from, 3 years ago, I think? That would have been Aynor, where the headquarters of the KTG are.
Okay. So what exactly about that those events happened there? All it says in there that inside those 2 cities, Craig contacted and hired them for jobs. That's all it says.
So the one from 3 years ago would have included that the guard would not have been hired for Craig, but he would have been responsible for the transaction. And he took care of that to hire an agent as a bodyguard to deal with. In fact, it would probably mention specifically that it was to deal with increased activity by the Venorics, which is another group.
Do I recognize the Venorics?
The Venorics would be one of the groups that you would know of from your briefing. They are centered in the town of Aynor, or the city of Aynor, up in the north, which is the headquarters of the KTG, and they are another group that is very hostile to the KTG. You also know them as a group that the Empire views negatively.
Okay. So they're just a group. They're a group that Empire. They're an anti-imperial group. And you
They're
said that-
viewed negatively. They haven't done anything on Imperial ground. Like they haven't gone to Meridia. This is purely a group centered around the town of Aynor, city of Aynor.
Okay.
So they're just viewed negatively because they are outlaws and brigands and almost like gangsters in some ways.
What about
No,
the
I'm sorry.
KTG? Are they viewed as negatively by Meridia? I actually don't
No,
know
the
this.
KTG is for the most part viewed positively.
Okay.
But
All
this
right.
is definitely not good that we know they've been working with terrorists. Definitely
Could
not
I
good.
have slipped out and started trying to search the archives for any
Yeah.
information regarding terror
So-
agents
Yeah,
operating?
make a perception check.
Okay. Checks. Perception. 17.
Okay, so what are you looking for again?
Any information that would point me in the direction of terror agents operating in Aynor?
So the name tier would not appear any at all. You would
He should probably understand that, to be honest, since he's
Well,
a
yeah.
tier agent.
the new stuff for your characters in Roll20 probably won't be up until the next session. It takes a while to do that stuff.
Yeah, so just roll it next time.
Yeah.
Before we start.
Okay, so Dogma, you would find that something that would jump out at you is there would be a record of a transaction that happened in the town of Baylin to the north. It would say that a handful of traders were attempting to transfer goods, and all of them were killed in transit from Baylin down to Mythonian with a slash across the neck.
Where did I put
And it
this
was
information?
very consistent where every single one of them were killed in the exact same way.
Okay.
And this happened about a year ago, yeah.
Trying to think where I would put notes here.
What
Where's
could
my
it mean? Is Theodore here already?
Okay. Can you spell that city for me?
Belenn.
You said it was traders?
Yeah, some traders were bringing some supplies down from Baylin to Mythonian and were all killed on the road with a slash across the neck.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the only thing that really jumps out at you as being likely tier related.
Got it. All
Although
right.
you do know that the KTG only operate in the northwestern section of the continent. So there's still plenty of stuff that they would have no clue about. And these records mostly relate to dealings within the city of Mythonian and Yathnius to the south and Baylin to the north. So there's still, this is a very local collection.
Well, then with that information, I'll return to the group.
Okay. Anything else do anything? Anyone else?
Did we go over the letters myth, or does letters don't really have anything of note?
They would be correspondence between Craig Bonnick and some of the other leaders of various branches.
Of KTG.
Yes. So one of them, none of these would mention Tiantra, but the most recent one would talk about Craig Bonnick specifically mentioning the Free Workers Alliance causing a lot of instability in the city, and that they don't believe that it is fit to continue shipping goods at the current time. So they wanted to hold off on any shipments until the city is restabilized. That's what the most recent one would be, and the older ones are mostly irrelevant at this point.
Well, Erg wants to go up north and look for a blacksmith.
All right, I'm gonna hop off.
Okay, sounds good. GG, man. We're just going to finish up some stuff. There's not going to be any combat for the rest of the session. It's too close to the end.
GG's.
Okay, so
See you
yeah,
later.
we'll just figure out what Eric's doing, and then we'll probably end it there.
After this, I want to go over everything to make sure I'm writing everything correctly in my notes, Math.
Okay,
But
yeah.
go ahead and handle Erg stuff.
So, Eric, what are you doing?
Erg's just looking for a blacksmith up north.
Okay, any specific
Because,
reason?
the guy down south didn't have a mace. He wants a mace.
Oh, okay. yeah, so you can find a blacksmith up north. So as you leave the plaza, you're going to be the first person to finally go to the northern side of the city. And-
I want to go with Erg to get to try to sell my crossbow while I'm at it.
Okay, sure. So you guys head up north, and as you leave the central section of the city and start going into the residential section of the north, it's quite a bit different from the south. It seems like the streets are cleaner. Several of the buildings are freshly painted. The buildings are some of them newly constructed. It seems to be more of an upbeat section of the city. Everything seems to be a little bit cleaner, more stable. You would honestly be surprised if this section has much crime at all. And you guys feel a little bit out of place walking through these streets because you're heavily armed, and most of the people around you are giving you an eye as if you're like very obviously unusual of a sight to be seen in this section. But you do come across a blacksmith.
Does Erg see
and-
any small person? Small
Yes.
people. Alright, can he try and intimidate them?
Fucking bummer.
So you just walk up to somebody on the street and growl at them?
Arg! Yes.
Okay. Roll intimidate.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
It's not telling me anything.
Oh, okay. They need to make a save. Right.
Nom 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 nom.
Oh, I think that fails. Yeah, that fails.
Become
yeah.
intimidated, and then he keeps
One of
walking.
them is obviously intimidated by you and like backs away into a side alley as you just completely ignore them and stroll on down. Like this guy is terrified the fact that he just, even for a split second, he was in your way.
Did
And-
Erg just terrify people?
Yes, he just fucking terrorized this poor guy.
Is there another small person? Do 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 do.
I can't make it that easy for you, man.
Is there a medium-sized person? Without a weapon. He's got to be without a weapon. Or is there a lady?
Yes, there would be a lady. There would be
Boo.
multiple ladies. Okay, so
I'm sorry, I should have said. I thought that you'd see it down there.
this other person fails as well. Congratulations, you have terrorized another person.
Yes, this is Erg. And then he keeps walking.
And you come across the blacksmith. And this blacksmith is different from the previous one. This one
ignored this entire bullshit the entire time. I can't believe this guy.
Yeah.
Well, he
So-
completed a goal, so feels good.
So you come across the blacksmith. It seems like more of a special purpose blacksmith almost. He's specifically making not weapons. This is more metallic objects like hinges and
Oh, damn.
door handles and frames for various things. Things for farming like plows and shovels.
Wait, did the KTG get all their weapons from like way up north or something? What?
Well, they definitely didn't get it from this guy.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, well, Erg just leaves because this is worthless.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to do with him now. I guess I'll just head back unless there's another blacksmith around here. I don't know.
Not really.
Feels bad.
Not that would be able to have what you're looking for. Okay, so Trayson, we'll just say that you can sell your crossbow. Somebody will give you 25 coins for it.
That's fine. Let me go put that in my thing before I forget.
Okay. So you guys get back to the-
these random people and intimidates them.
Yeah. So you guys make it back to the center of town. Erg, let's see how much experience you get. Let's see.
Growl.
You get 8 experience for that.
All right, nice job, Erg.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So you guys make it back into the middle of town. Anything else you guys want to do?
Let me see if I need any more because we're gonna go. How long do you think the trips to those locations are going to take, Myth? Because we're going to be doing long travels, right? With like no major amount of action happening between those traveling.
So that is. Are you guys planning on getting horses?
That's going to cost money. Well, we can take the KT, assuming the KTG has any horses left. Are there horses available at the KTG bases?
Do you look around the headquarters
I do.
or the branch? No, there's no horses.
All right. I'm trying to think where we even get horses. We have to go to. I don't even know where we get horses.
There's
Okey-doke.
likely a stable near the edge of the city, along the road. Generally, where people would try to get them from.
So-
Well, I submitted that horses are cheap, and I thought that we'd have to have feed for said horses. So, for time being, no. We're probably gonna have to go on foot.
Okay, well, let me get the measurement to see how far of a distance that is.
I would assume that we would go straight to. If we go north, we'll go to Bellend first.
Yes.
We'll just go to the city, and then the other place was Yarthness.
Yathnius.
Yes.
Yes, Yathnius. And then the river would be the other way.
Well, we would stop at Yathnes, and we could always resupply there.
So Erg is really hungry. Can he just go into the supply room and find food? I'm assuming it
Hold
hasn't
on.
all been looted. There's food, right?
Do you just eat raw potatoes?
Sure, potatoes are good.
Okay, so the distance between Mynor and Balin is about 110 miles. So that'll take about 5 days on foot. Assuming you guys don't do any extended traveling or something. Like traveling through the night.
Right.
That would take 5 days.
Well, if you travel through the night, we'd also have to eat more, right?
It'll have some effect, yeah.
Yeah. We'd also, well, we'll probably, before we go, make sure we have a meal at the KTG headquarters, or we can just go to the tavern and buy a meal, do something.
So yeah, you'll be able to.
raw potatoes.
Everybody will be able to scavenge food from there if you want.
Yeah. I'm just trying to set us up to go in the best way possible. So it's 5 days north, and then how many days south?
It is, I believe, 148. No, 130. So it would still take 5 days.
Actually, this is a good question. So could Erg get another ration from this by any chance? From just picking up potatoes?
Not really, no.
Oh, damn. Oh, well. What about bacon? They don't have bacon in here?
No, so nothing in that room is prepared food.
Oh, what jerks, man.
In fact, there's no meat at all. You would be sad about that.
Wow. Erg would be very sad about this.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. He can buy a meal at the tavern.
Wow.
Okay,
Why
so
would
I
Erg
think
spend
that's
his
about
own
it
money?
for today,
Just intimidate
unless you
people.
guys can think of anything else you want to do.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm probably going to go over the stuff with you to make sure I wrote this down correctly.
Yeah.
And then, I guess I'll just go after. We still have some time before it's nighttime to go to bed. So I guess I'll head over to the archives, see if I can find any information about that would kind of give us a tip on which direction to really go.
What type of information are you looking for?
Potentially any information on the Withins area, places where the KTG declared too dangerous to try to expand to, any type of trading information about any type of information, although telling me about the Merc group.
Okay, so make a perception check.
I don't find shit.
So you find absolutely nothing about the winds. It seems like this is just about trade. They're not collecting rumors or mentions about the winds. It seems like this. They say they had no interest in things like that here.
Right.
So there's nothing of that. In terms of places where they didn't want to expand to, they do mention that the town of Yathnius, and in fact most of the Bexius region of the continent, is more under the control of Aesiodon.
Do I recognize this group?
Aesiodon?
Yeah.
It's
The
the largest city on the Aesiodonian Peninsula, which is west of the. So there's Triln on the continent of Nephix. The other major city on that continent is Aesiodon.
And they're not in allegiance with one another. Just so you know.
Okay, hang on.
Aesiodon
Matrix, right?
and Trillin are rivals, basically.
Okay. Okay, I see the peninsula you're talking about now. And what's Aesiodon's standing with the Empire as far as that goes?
Kind of non-existent. They don't really
Care
deal with
about
each other.
at all.
Okay.
I guess the enemy of my enemy is my friend, so they might be not enemies, but that's about it.
Be aware that Aesiodon and Triln are not openly hostile.
But they are rivals still.
They haven't had any conflict. It's just when Triln started to expand and took over the coastal flatlands, Aesiodon and the other cities in that peninsula decided that just to be safe, they would become a federation together to stave off any potential pressure from Triln so that they could maintain control of themselves.
And why did the KTG, or I don't know if I would actually learn from just from this, from what I gather, but is there a particular reason why the KTG did not want to expand down there? Just because they don't want to...
Aesiodon has a firm control over the trade of the Bexius region. They have their own... The Aesiodonian guilds are a huge presence within the region, and in fact, it's a very, very different region. The Aesiodon really couldn't get into the industry type of they couldn't break into the region. It was kind of, they were viewed very negatively as being outsiders just trying to force their way in.
Got it.
They perhaps try a little bit. I mean, they periodically do trade, but they don't have any established headquarters
Outposts,
or branches down there. Yeah, they don't have any political control over the region. They're basically a side note. Anything like some of their ships do travel down there to do trade, but that's it. They only do trade. They don't have any control over that area.
Okay.
And it's not really for lack of not wanting to. It's just that they recognize that in the current situation, they can't. A Ceodon is way larger than the KTG.
Right. And we're talking about a governing body versus a trading organization. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a Ceodon itself, in terms like the leaders of the city, aren't the ones in charge here. I mean, it's mostly the Acedonian guilds.
Mhm.
Like they kind of have their own system going. Like the guilds are kind of not quite confederated, but they're kind of a collective guild. Like the Acedonian guilds form a collective of all of the individual guilds, and they basically manage everything that goes between the cities within the Bexius region and the Acedonian Peninsula.
All right. So if we head south over there, as long as Kyle doesn't make his alliances known, he'll be fine. Okay. So we'll just be dealing with a different group of people. We had Norris was still dealing with potential KTG.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Craig didn't provide descriptions, assuming that the mercs bothered to do that.
Well, it's not only that. What about the little messenger boys or the secretary? It just depends on the people they told and what they told them. Who
Yeah.
knows? What about the extra dude? Whatever happened to him? The bigwig.
So he got taken off by Paul.
Wait, Paul killed him?
No, he got taken away by Paul.
Oh, where did he take him? Just somewhere?
You don't know.
Oh, okay. Mysterious. Paul
Do you
just
go
took
looking
him
for him?
to intimidate him or to terrorize him and maybe
He's not heard.
enact his fantasies upon him.
Well,
I don't know,
escalated
man.
quickly.
I don't know what Paul's interested in, man. I don't know what
I
kind
mean,
of guy
Paul might
Paul
just try to
is.
find information about what the KTG might try to do, with what are their intentions with everything going on with this city.
It's
Paul's not
probably
really too
what Paul
interested in
would
what's
do.
going on.
Well, I mean,
anything
maybe he's
beyond
got
the
some
city.
sexual fantasies. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know
but
this
Paul
Paul
wants
guy.
to do is up to Paul.
That's
But he's
it's
probably
true.
he's probably just going to learn everything I just learned about how the KTG are essentially getting ready to pull out of this region, and that all of the major resources have been pulled out, and blah 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 blah. That's probably all Paul is realistically going to learn from him, if he learns that at all.
Mm-hmm. It's probably true. Well, I don't even know if this guy's with the KTG or if he was just trading with the KTG, but who knows?
Yeah, that's assuming he is someone with the KTG, and he wasn't just a merchant coming in to trade with the KTG. That's also very true.
And this poor guy, he's like, bruh, I just wanted to trade, man. What gives? Like, you guys got to get
Right.
killed in front of me.
As for the messenger boys, they're not going to say shit. They're terrified children. And the secretary, she's just a chick who worked there.
I think terrified children say a lot, and I also think terrified secretaries say a lot. So I don't know
Well,
about that.
They're not, but just, what I mean is they're not going to say a lot to the KTG. Because one,
Depends on
they're
if they're
kind of
asked, man.
dead.
If they're asked, they'll get told.
well, the good thing is I wasn't there. So I don't have to worry about the KTG coming after me.
Well, you did come in and they did see your face, so
You specifically told Paul to release the kids and the secretary. So
yeah.
they
so-
would definitely know that you're related or you have some
You're an
relation to
accomplice.
Paul.
Accomplice.
Yeah, they really, I doubt they
And in fact, they might have more of an impression of you than anyone else.
That's true.
That's also true.
Although it may be a positive impression, so they may be willing
Yeah.
to let you go.
Since, I let them go and I said they're innocent, they have no part of this.
This really nice
Well, just
man named
because whether
Jason
they view
saved
you
our
positively or
lives.
negatively is kind of irrelevant. I mean, they would just know that you're apparently important enough to tell Paul what to do.
Uh-oh, you're in trouble. Uh-oh. I heard that he was the leader of the FWA. Whisper, whisper. Get him.
Right.
Trayson
Oh
gets
my God.
mysteriously assassinated.
I mean, shit, if the FWA could somehow reform the city, I'd love to have my own outpost.
I mean, that's
It'll make
true.
it really easy for the Empire to come in and take over. Oh,
There
wait,
you
you're with
go.
Trayson?
Wait, do you really want to be for the Empire, or do you want to form your own empire?
The Empire of Trayson.
Trayson is an Imperial loyalist through and through.
Oh, wow, what a guy. How boring. At least Urg wants his own riches and wealth.
Okay, well, I think that's going to be it for this session. So,
Okay, I just want to make sure I wrote everything down correctly.
Yeah.
KTG removed the vast majority of the major resources and the workers of the town of Bellin. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
yeah, Balin.
Balin. I'm going to be butchering all the
Melon.
names.
Nice.
That's fine.
All right, Balin. Put that down correctly.
I think Melon's a way better name.
He said Bellin, not Melon.
Oh, I thought he said Melon. I can't hear, apparently. Words are hard.
And then how do you say the mercenary groups one more time?
Tian Sha.
Tian Shaw. Got it. Okay. They worked with Craig, I was going to say the KTG, but more importantly, Craig. 3 years ago, 1.5, and 4 months ago. 4 months ago, he hired the big man as his bodyguard.
I wonder where he came from.
Right. No, he hired him 3 years ago, right? He picked him up at the HQ 3 years ago, like Aynor?
He dealt with the transaction 3 years ago.
Through the big guy?
And
or he just had a transaction?
This would have been a different Tiansha agent. And that would have been Craig's first interaction with Tiansha, and it would probably specifically mention that it was his first.
Okay, let me recorrect that.
Tiansha guys, they're pretty cool, man. Pretty useful. Oh, let's get another Tiansha guy. They're pretty useful. Another one, they're pretty useful.
And then did Craig list in his ledger what he'd had them do?
The first time, you mean like individual fights? Or?
Well, I mean, like, what was like the main purpose? Why did he just hired them to do?
It was so the first time 3 years ago he was involved in dealing with the transaction to secure a bodyguard for an official, just because the other group in the city, the Venorics, were causing trouble, and it was to maintain the security for important people.
VIP.
Yeah, and the time 4 months ago, it was for him because of all of the Free Workers Alliance issues.
And then a year and a half ago?
The year and a half ago was in the city of, or the town of Invalor, which is just south of Aynor, where the headquarters is. At the time, Craig Bonnick would have been the assistant branch director at that branch, and he would have... hold on one second while I double check the name.
Poor Craig. He probably wasn't that bad a guy. But we slaughtered him.
I
Yes,
doubt it.
yes,
He's
he
not
did.
a terrorist. And, we never found
Well,
out.
I mean,
But-
the Meridian Empire views them as terrorists. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot.
I mean, Craig was okay with taking people and putting them in prison, so,
I mean, I'm okay with taking people and putting them in prison, to be fair, in real life, so, yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, like the KDG they're not a government, they're just a trading organization.
What's
have
the
no
difference
actual
here,
authority.
to be fair?
Fair. They're trying to be a government of people who did not want to be governed.
I mean, that's not
They
false.
He hired them at Invalor a year and a
Yes.
half ago to do what?
Yeah, so this mention would probably be a little bit more vague because Craig wasn't the one dealing with the transaction, but he would note that for a period of a few months, a Tianja agent was stationed as the bodyguard of the branch director. At the time, Craig was only the assistant branch director.
Poor
But
Craig
he would
didn't
note
have a
that-
bodyguard at the time.
Yeah, he didn't have the bodyguard, but his superior did have a bodyguard for a period of a few months while the branch headquarters was actually being relocated to a different section of the city, and they were dealing with some. They were dealing with what they suspected to be Venoric's activists trying to disrupt their efforts within the city, but nothing really came about it, and it was kind of a null issue.
So wait, the actual headquarters of the KTG on this continent is in Envalor or Aynor?
Aynor.
Aynor.
Aynor. Okay.
Yeah, and this was at a different branch south of that in Invalor. Okay. Anything else you had in your notes you wanted to double check?
Making sure I'm writing all this correctly. Going over really quick.
Okay, while you're looking at that, Wolfpack, if you went and talked to somebody to try to sell the emerald and ruby, they would basically tell you that they would need an appraiser to verify the value of it before they dealt with any bartering at the moment.
Okay.
And they would
Yeah.
say that the only appraiser in the city was with the KTG.
Oh, well, damn it.
And he
So
evacuated?
you're not sure. I mean, you didn't kill anybody who looked like an appraiser at the very least.
Well, I mean, is he going to go looking for him, or... Yeah, that's the, you know...
So what you're saying is probably hold on to them and sell them somewhere else.
That's what in terms of trying to spread your name around the town,
My name is Shane! Hear me loud!
What would you tell people?
Oh, my name is Shane. I was with the FWA when we took down. Really important that I say when we took down. I would probably.
Do you-
I
do you
led the
include last
effort.
name?
I led the
Probably-
effort. Defeated the guard single-handedly.
Do you
Well,
include your last name?
Yes.
Do you just say Shane?
My name is Shane.
Yes. No. Full name Shane. But yeah.
Okay. So
My name is Shane.
Hear me
So you're
roar.
going around town, introducing yourself as Shane Buckhammer, and telling people, "Hey, I was one of the guys who took out the KTG. It was all cool, you know. We were stabbing people. A lot of people died. It's very bloody over there.
Wolfpack
Wouldn't
is
recommend
one of those
visiting
people.
it."
I was also the very coolest dude in the effort. I mean, you need to understand.
Hey, Wolfpack, while we're on subject of your character, since you only are using a scimitar, why are you not using it two-handed in order to get the 1d10?
He is.
I've always been using two-handed. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping that while I'm working at the blacksmith fixing all the stuff Erg, get 5 gold an hour working at the blacksmith, I would also hope I could buy something that's a little better than the scimitar.
You cut out right after you said erg. For me.
He said-
I heard you say
that
erg.
you get enough gold that he would be getting paid in addition to be able to buy something for his with the money he's received after working. And looking at how much money you have, that answer is going to be a big fat no. I mean, how much
I mean,
money
you have the dagger of the Morrow. Do you want a different weapon?
Oh well, no, I'm definitely not going to sell it. But I'm assuming you haven't told me. Character knows what it does, so I would probably be wondering: am I going to one hand the scimitar, the other, and
Okay,
just
so
switch back and
just
forth
so you know,
between them?
so with dual wielding, there is a restriction to it. The tier value of the weapon, for example, this dagger is a tier 4 weapon.
Oh, I got scammed.
Am I not able to use it?
You can only dual wield weapons if the combined tier value between both weapons is equal to or less than your might stats. Since this weapon is a
Alright.
tier 4 weapon and you only have 4 might, You can't dual wield this with anything else.
It's the scimitar.
The scimitar is tier 1. So when you get your might up to 5, then you can dual wield it.
So
But right now you
so when I
can't.
get to my next level,
Pretty much, if you decide to put it in might, yeah.
which is 8 experience. Oh, I'm definitely gonna put in might because then if I go up to 5 might,
Then you get tier 3.
okay. So that I can get what's
Correct?
the double
Yes.
what's the double attack
Rapid
called?
attack.
At next level, so that I can
Yeah.
attack twice.
Or
Yeah.
you might also want to pick up Mighty Grass. That way you can maintain.
Or you might want to get Dash.
Please tell me
He
you
did
picked
get
up
Dash.
I got dash
Oh,
and
thank
disengage.
God.
Okay.
Yes, we need to
Thank
stealth.
goodness. Okay. So hold up. So as a tier 4 weapon, what attributes does he need to have to be able to use it in the first place?
So, we'll figure that out. He will. I have some of the details. I'm missing a few of them that I got to go find where I put them.
Fucking tier 4. I got scammed.
Yes,
Hey,
you did.
Yeah, you did. So could I still like 5 gold an hour working at the blacksmith? I'm sure we'll figure out however long I spent there since I can't sell my jewels.
Yeah, we'll figure that out at the start of the next session.
How much gold I have? I'd like to buy a replacement for the scimitar, just something that does a little more damage.
Like what?
I haven't looked at the weapons yet.
So let me tell
We
you
can figure that out in the next session.
realistically
So
can.
for now,
That's fine.
Let me tell you why I was saying you realistically can't. Because if you continue to go down the route of heavy swords, the upgrade from there would be the bastard sword, which is two-handed, or the long sword, which is what I now have, which is versatile. Those are worth 300 and 350, respectively. Now then, for the amount of gold that you have, I see you got 5 golds. That puts you up to 40 gold right now, and you can't
Yeah, okay.
sell
But
your
it's
jewels.
5 gold an hour. 5 gold an hour.
Okay, well, let's say even if you work 10 hours.
Oh, so not enough. So not enough is what you're saying.
There's not enough time. That's
With a long sword and loot him.
If you wanted a appraiser, then we need to go either south or north.
Yeah, realistically, we're going to need to go south and north in the hope that there's someone selling weapons there. Realistically, though, you're going to be stuck with that scimitar for quite a while because the only other weapon that does more damage is going to be a heavy sword. That does more immediate damage. I'm trying to look. Let me see what.
Sure, the dagger does.
I mean, you can go with a battle axe. That does 2d8.
At best, my scimitar does 1d8 plus 3. By itself, without any
You have a
bonuses.
3d4 dagger.
I know.
that has
The
bonus
dagger does more damage without any bonuses. So I might just switch to using the dagger.
But can you even use the dagger? That's my point. It's a tier 4 weapon, so it's going to have some type of requirement. Like, for example, like I'm looking at the tier 3 weapons right now. The one with the lowest requirements is going to be a polearm, which is 3 agility, 3 might, and 3 vitality.
Would have also told me if I could or could not use the weapon.
So, I wasn't planning on saying this, but I'll say it anyways. Tier 4 and 5 weapons function at a fundamentally different way. So, they don't have the explicit stat requirement.
So he can use the dagger, is what you're saying.
Yes. Now, so a lot of them have a weapon style. Like this is a dagger. So you would use the stat requirements of a dagger, which is nothing. But other weapons, like if you have a specialized greatsword or something, then you would still need to meet the requirements to hold a greatsword. But it's like this is bonus effects on top of the base weapon type.
What do daggers count as? Unarmed?
Ancillary.
Ancillary? Okay. Well, unfortunately, you don't have proficiencies, but you don't need to be proficient with it in order to use it.
Yeah. So those details will be provided between now and next session. So I think that's everything for this time.
One more thing.
Okay.
So I went around town spreading the great name of Shane.
Yes.
Shane was amazing!
We will figure out the effects of that in the next session.
Admire
So,
Shane.
Did I also achieve that goal as well? Do you need to think about it?
I'll talk about it with you between now and next session.
You
to
should
figure it
really
out.
admire
That's
Shane.
I'll
Buckhammer.
need to think of a goal to put in to replace the great treasure. So I'm sure we'll talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
as well.
I'm
because-
not just bragging. I'm serious. Shane was great.
Even Erg says so.
Well, thanks for playing, guys. We didn't do any combat this session, but lots of looting and story development, I guess.
Hey, this session was very important to story building.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't need combat. I'm sure you're gonna kill us next time.
Yeah,
But-
GG's.
You just have to think of a better method of looting large buildings next time.
Or we just not have large buildings.
That's also an option, but
Yeah,
if you
that's
don't have
true.
large
Yeah.
buildings slash big ruins slash dungeons,
Ruins, there's gonna be a lot of looting.
Yeah.
I feel like if we go to the other area, there won't be as much looting, but we'll see what the party
You don't know
decides.
that.
Oh, wait, is
You
there
don't
loot
know
under
that.
this table? What about under this table? Under this table? Ooh, what about
But
under this table?
So far, it's looking like Trayson probably wants to go north. I think Kaw's character wants to go north.
Yeah, you cut out both times you said we were going a direction. So
Okay, so so far, it's looking like Trayson is probably going to want to go north in order to get more information on locating these guys. Since evidently me helping the FWA doesn't count as me indirectly eliminating that traitor.
Nope, you're right.
Myth. And that would be that would give me faith, wouldn't it? Huh? That would give me a
It
plus.
would give
one to
you
faith.
valor.
Valor.
oh man, my armor class is
Oh,
now 15.
Feels
That's
bad, man. Lost out on
That's
it.
cool, bad, man.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to get valor.
You would have been. Sucks for you.
Fuck.
Feels
Oh, well.
bad.
Yes.
Oh well, I had fun on my fucking Paradise Island. So
At least
still fun.
Erg got a lot of loot.
Yeah.
I can't wait for my brother to eventually get here after we've long left, and Myth drags me into a solo campaign to figure out what Shane is doing.
And then he dies horribly.
That would suck a lot.
Brother, why? Why do you fight me?
Okay, so that's it for this time. Thanks for playing. Bye.
GG's.
I'm gonna go play Sea of Thieves.